This is the only Shopify email marketing video you'll ever need, because in this video, I cover in depth tutorials of every single thing that you need, including Shopify integrations, pop ups and sign up forms, email flows and automations. I go over a $60 million welcome flow breakdown. I give you access to over 80 plus editable abandoned cart flow templates, and I also give you templates for every single flow. I go over email campaigns, the strategy, what do you send, who do you send to, and how often do you send to. And I also give you a no discount strategy so that you don't devalue your brand. I go over email deliverability. I teach you how to get out of spam in the next 4 weeks if you're already in spam. I teach you how to write on brand copy using ChatGPT. And this is none of that AI slop. This is actual copy that sounds like you and feels like your brand. I teach you how to design emails in Figma with just a few clicks if you don't have a designer to do it for you. And I also give you a case study where I show you how I personally made a Shark Tank brand over $340,000 with emails. Not only this, I give you access to over 100 editable plug and play templates that you can use for your brand. So let's go over why you should listen to me, because I run an email and SMS marketing agency and I've worked with over 20 plus clients across different niches. This includes a Shark Tank featured brand. I know what works because this is not theory. I've actually done this, and this is actual practical knowledge that I'm giving you through the tests that we've run and the results that we've made for our clients. So here are a few revenue screenshots just for proof. This is not taken from Google. This is my actual client dashboard screenshots. And here are a few client testimonials. There's also a video testimonial here that you can view. Everything, this document will be in the description for you to access, along with everything else you need. It'll be in the description. So anyways, with that being said, let's get right into the video. So integrating Shopify with Klaviyo is really simple. All you have to do is go to klaviyo.com, click on sign up, and enter your details on the submit button. And then Klaviyo should automatically integrate with Shopify. It'll pull up your URL based on the one you entered before. Click on continue, click on install. So Klaviyo is connecting to Shopify. Click on continue, enter your address, click on continue. Do you have a custom domain? If you have a custom domain, pick yes. Right now I don't have one, so I'm just going to click no. But by the way, make sure to connect your custom domain. How do you want to use Klaviyo? Select all that you want to. I'm just going to pick email for now. Go ahead and verify your Klaviyo account. You can pick a plan if you want, but I'm just going to skip this for now. And go ahead and connect to Shopify. Click on finish connecting. So now what you want to do is click on connect to Shopify on the bottom right of your screen and wait for it while it connects to Shopify. Click on update integration. And now what you need to do is enable app embed on Shopify. So just wait while it connects to Shopify. And now click on please enable your app embed, and it should take you to Shopify. Now select Klaviyo on-site JavaScript and click on save at the top right of your screen. And now Klaviyo and Shopify should be successfully integrated. It's that simple. Go ahead and close this tab and refresh your Klaviyo page. Click on connect. And there you go. Klaviyo is connected, successfully integrated with Shopify. Make sure everything, all your settings are however you want them to be. And that's it, guys. That's how you integrate Klaviyo with Shopify. It's really simple. Just follow the steps, and now you have a successful and ready to go Klaviyo account. Now let's understand one of the core parts of email marketing, pop-up forms. Like I said before, people don't buy the first time they visit your website. They need more convincing. That's why brands spend millions of dollars on retargeting ads. But pop-up forms help you accomplish this for a fraction of the cost. Let's say you run an e-commerce store doing 10,000 monthly visitors and you have an average order value of $50. At a 2% conversion rate, that's $200 per month, that results in $10,000 per month in monthly revenue. Now, without a pop up, you rely only on purchases to build your list, and maybe you collect emails at checkout. So that gives you around 200 new emails per month. Now, let's say you have a pop up which gives your customers a 10% discount if they give you their email. Now, let's assume your pop up is converting at a 10% conversion rate. 10,000 visitors is equal to 1,000 new emails per month. And if only 5% of these new subscribers convert later via email marketing, that's 50 additional orders. That's 25% more revenue just from emails driven by your pop up. But that's just the start. Those 1,000 new subscribers per month can also receive a welcome flow, a product education email, cart recovery emails, upsells, promotions. They might not convert today, but they're owned traffic. You own those emails and you can monetize them for months or years, unlike ad visitors who bounce and disappear. And over 1 year, if you collect 1,000 emails per month, that's 12,000 emails per year, and that's 12,000 people you can continuously sell to. 43% of US online shoppers admit they abandoned a cart in the last quarter simply because they were just browsing and not ready to buy. So, capturing their email to give them more information and to educate them about your product is a golden opportunity you're missing out on if you don't have an email pop up. Now, let me give you a quick walkthrough of how you can set this up in Klaviyo. Now, to create a high converting pop up, all you have to do is go to your Klaviyo account, go to sign up forms, and click on create a form. Now, you can see that Klaviyo already has some beautiful templates that you can use. Feel free to play around with anything that you like or see here. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to pick this one and show you how you can customize it for your brand. Now, it is mandatory that you pick an email subscriber list before you start editing a pop-up. So basically, if someone signs up to this pop-up, they'll be added to these lists. This is for emails and this is for phone numbers. Click on create form. So this is what our pop-up looks like. This is how it looks on desktop. This is how it looks on mobile. By the way, we're not going to be using the same pop-up for desktop and mobile. We're going to be duplicating after we've created it on desktop. So we get to see statistics differently for mobile and desktop. And this way we can also run multiple A/B tests on different devices. So what we're going to be doing here is customizing this pop-up for your brand. Now, before we get into that, I would like to tell you about a little strategy I like to use here called the micro commitment. So the idea behind the strategy is that if you can get a small yes from someone, they are much more likely to give you a bigger yes. So this is what I mean. So we instead of straight up asking someone for their email, we would just ask them a small question. Would you like 15% off your order? Now, who wouldn't want 15% off their order if they're genuinely interested in making a purchase? So when they click on yes, that's us basically taking a small commitment from them. And then when we ask for their email in exchange of 15% off, they're much more likely to give us their email. And this boosts your pop-ups conversion rates, and this helps us collect more emails. So this is a small strategy I like to use with pop-ups. You can choose not to do that or directly ask people for their email ID. It's up to you, but I would recommend testing both of these out and seeing which one works best for you. So in order to customize this pop-up, all you have to do is click on each element and you'll be able to customize it. For example, just change this image for with something that represents your brand or a good lifestyle image that you have. Change this text to, let's say, if I wanted to create something similar to this, as you can see, they have two texts that are smaller in size and a much bigger one in between. Ideally, you want to have your offer, which is, and make it really prominent and make it really evident, so that's the first thing your customer sees. So in order to do that, all I have to do is, this is already big enough. So what I'm going to do is just reduce the size of this to 25 and copy that and just paste that below. Paste with formatting. So something like, would you like 10% off your order? Says order, not order. So would you like 10% off your order? Oh, this is gray. I'll just make this black to make it more prominent. Make this a little more bigger. So 70. You don't know what you're doing. Just play around with it and see what looks good. Obviously, when you have your brand fonts, your brand styles, it's much easier to combine. I'm not making this for anyone. I'm just playing around with it and showing you guys how you can do the same for your brand. And so I'll just make this a lot smaller. Or I'll just, because we're doing a micro pop-up, a micro commitment pop-up, I'll just delete this. So if you ask someone, would you like 10% off your order? They need to say yes, please. So let's delete this. Delete block. Actually, can I undo that? No, I can't. Anyways, so would you like 10% off your order? Change this to yes, please. Make this bold. It's already bold. You can change the fonts. You can add fonts. You can add your brand fonts. You can change the colors. And I'm gonna add a little more space here. So padding 30, 60. I'm gonna add another button that says no thanks. I'll pay full price. This button says no thanks. And now what we're gonna do is change this button color to white so it blends with its background, and change the text color to black so that's the only thing that's highlighted. So if someone clicks on this action, we select close form, and if someone clicks on this, it goes to the next step. So after submit, show next step. Now, obviously, this doesn't look as great. Uh, Customize it based on your brand colors, customize it for your brand, use your brand colors. This looks wonderful because this is something we created for another brand. You can add your logo here if you want. You can see all these blocks and customize it however you want it. You can add an image here, just drag and drop it, and you can add your logo. Now, after they click on yes, please, we want to ask them for their email. So what I'm going to do is just clone this and say email opt-in, rename this to micro yes, rename step. So now these two are cloned. So if someone clicks on yes, I want to ask them for their email. Now what I'm going to do is change this text to unlock 10% of your order, and instead of, I'm going to delete that and add an email input. So label this email, reduce the padding. Now someone has to enter their email and change this to unlock 10% off, an action, submit form, show next step. So now if someone clicks on would you like 10% off your order, yes please, someone clicks on yes please, they go to this step where they have to enter their email to unlock 10% off. And when they click on unlock 10% off, if you have SMS integrated, you can also connect their phone number. So to do that, you can also copy the same step, clone SMS, Um, Need this because we cloned SMS already. Um, it's taking some time. Now I've cloned this. The email opt-in has been cloned to SMS too. Now what I'm going to do is delete this and add phone number. Now, by default, this disclosure is also added. You need this to be in compliant with SMS laws. Just change from company name to your company's name. I'm going to name it Retention Labs. Save that. I'm going to reduce the size of this to 12. Now you can see that we've also collected SMS here. So this is how our pop-up works. There's a micro commitment. If they click on yes, please, they go to email opt in where they enter their email. And then if they click on unlock 10% off, they go to SMS. This is how it looks on mobile and this is how it looks on desktop. Would you like 10% off? Yes, please. Unlock 10% off SMS. Now, obviously, this looks terrible. This is just a quick way for me to show you how you can customize this for your brand. Change the fonts, change the images, change the colors, make it more appealing and aesthetically pleasing based on your brand colors. Now, another thing that I forgot to go over here is the teaser. So let's say if someone closes your pop-up, this little thing called the teaser will be available on at the bottom of your screen. You can change where you want it to appear based by selecting here. If you want it on the left side, on the center, or the right side. I'm going to choose left side and you can change it to be a circle or something like a corner. You can change the color for this too and the text, just something like 10% off. 10% off. Make it a circle or rectangle. You can also add an image here, by the way. Uh, how do you add the image? Yeah, background image, and you can add an image to this too. So, like I said, feel free to customize it however you like. And after you're done, make sure to add this success message. You can customize this too. If you want, you can give the customer the discount here right away, or you can choose to make them check their email and SMS for the discount code if you want a better email deliverability. Now, after you do that, like I said before, don't have the same pop-up for desktop and mobile. If you go to targeting and behavior, you can customize the rules when you want your pop-up to be shown. Now, the rules that we like to follow are these: exit intent or 12 seconds, 6 to 12 seconds on site, or 60 to 80% scroll of the page. How you can do that is check this when visitor is exiting the page. After time delay, 6 to 8 seconds, I'm going to change it to 6 seconds. 48%, I'm going to change this to 40%. Obviously, play around with these, test what works. The best part about email marketing is that you can test every single thing, and that's why it just gets better and better over time. After visitors access a number of page, no, only display if all the conditions are met. No, if any one of these conditions are met, I want this pop-up to display. Now, if visitor closes this form, show again after 5 days. I'm going to leave it as it is. Devices, I'm going to make this desktop only, and we're going to copy this form and make another one for mobile. Choose, click on the close form. Yeah. Yep, this is all good. Next to targeting, don't show to existing Klaviyo profiles. Obviously, you want to have this selected because you don't want to show this to people who have already subscribed to your email list. Here, the good thing you can do here is show, when you click on this, show only on certain URLs. You can, if you want to show this pop-up only on your homepage, you can do that. Or if you don't want to show this pop-up on your cart page or checkout page because people are already buying and you don't want to give them an additional discount because they're already ready to purchase. So one thing you can do is add slash cart here. So if someone is already on the cart, it won't show them this pop-up and won't give them an additional discount. add URL slash checkout. Make sure you check if these links are also applicable to your website and add them here. You can also show to visitors in certain locations, don't show to visitors in certain locations. Basically, customize the targeting and behavior of this pop up. Now, once you're happy with everything here, go ahead and click on publish, review 3 alerts. Uh, because I don't have SMS integrated with Klaviyo, I'm not able to create this pop up, but it's fine. Just click on publish when you have it done and it'll be published. Now, once you're done with that, all you have to do is clone this because that was what we created for desktop, change it to mobile, and edit the targeting and behavior to make sure this is displayed on your mobile device and not on desktop. The reason we do this is to get separate metrics for desktop and mobile, and also because we want to run A B tests separately and not in the same form. Because we don't run the same A B tests for a desktop version and mobile version. We want to run different A B tests that will yield different results. So that's how you can set up a high converting pop up. You can follow the strategy, customize it based on your brand, and make it look aesthetically appealing. Follow these rules follow these rules, trigger settings, and you'll be good to go. And here are some things that you can A/B test on your pop-up. The offer, you can give an X% off. You can give X dollars off. You can have free shipping, BOGO, a free gift, etc. You test the copy, headline, the discount. You can test trigger, the time delay. Like I said, 6 to 12 seconds. A lot of things that you can test there and see which one works and set those settings for your pop-up. Now, the next core part of email marketing are your email campaigns. These are one time scheduled messages sent to a segment of your subscribers. Now, these are different from automated flows. They are not triggered based on customer behavior. They are created, they are planned and launched for specific occasions or objectives. For example, if it's Black Friday, I could run a Black Friday sale, or I could just send a testimonial campaign or a bestseller campaign or an article to your subscribers. These are not triggered based on customer action. We send these manually. Now, one of the main questions that we get is how often to send email campaigns. The short answer is 3 to 4 campaigns per week. Now, we also get a very common objective when we suggest this to clients. They say that's too many emails and I don't want to spam my customers or I don't want to annoy my customers. Now, this is why I think this is flawed. When you send campaigns just once or twice per week, your subscribers don't remember you and your emails will feel like spam. It's like a stranger coming to your home. People get thousands of emails each day, and if your competitors are emailing them 3 to 4 times per week and you're emailing them 1 to 2 times per week, who do you think they'll remember? Who do you think will feel like a stranger? The goal of email campaigns is to always stay on top of your customer's mind. And by sending email campaigns only once or twice a week, that is not enough to stay on top of your customer's mind. So each email is a chance to drive immediate sales and build familiarity. And top performing e-commerce brands consistently generate revenue from regular email campaigns. And the key to not annoy your subscribers is the actual content of your emails. So that brings us to the next part of email campaigns, which is what do you send? Now, your email campaign strategy is very personal to your brand, and what works for someone else will not work for you. But the best way to go about this is to send regular campaigns for 2 to 3 months and analyze what worked best and do more of that. But a good place to start is a mix of value, product, and sale emails. Now, what do I mean by value based emails? Now, value based emails are emails that provide some value to your customer, literally, like the name itself says. For example, if you're a skincare brand, you could send an email on 3 ways to reduce wrinkles naturally. If you're an apparel brand, you could send an email out which says 5 ways to style your new t-shirt. If you're a fitness brand, you could have an email, how to build a consistent gym routine if you work a 9 to 5. So the goal of value based emails is to give some actual value to your customer without asking for much in return. You can have soft sells, but you're not going to be selling to your customer directly in these emails. Now you can also share blogs, articles, guides, etc. in value based emails. The next kind of emails that you can send your customers are product emails. Basically, emails that showcase the benefits of your products, why their life will be better with your products. So you can highlight your products, you can show your bestsellers and us versus them, problem, solution, etc. All these are product based emails. The next kind of emails that you should be sending are sale emails. Now, obviously, these will be your best performing emails because they have discounts and people love discounts. So, sale emails have discount emails or emails on special occasions like Mother's Day, Black Friday, Christmas, etc. Now, your email campaign strategy should involve a mix of these three types of emails. And an important thing to remember is to not send frequent discount email campaigns. Now, discount emails might get you revenue in short term, but in the long term, they will devalue your brand and train your customers to wait for the next sale instead of purchasing right away. Now, we don't want to send frequent discount emails. I would recommend a maximum of two discount emails per month or two sales per month. Now, if you don't send frequent discount emails, what do you actually send to make revenue from email campaigns? So, all of these three types of email campaigns you can pick from, or I have 30 email campaigns that you can use to generate revenue without discounts. So, you go through these, use them as inspiration, or literally use the same thing to create an email campaign for your brand. Now that you know what to send and how often to send, let me show you how you can create an email campaign calendar so you can create a solid strategy for your brand. So it's pretty simple. Let's not complicate it with fancy apps. So all you have to do is open your favorite calendar app for this. I'm going to pick Asana because I find it a little convenient. So what I'm going to be doing next is find important dates for the month. For example, if I'm creating a content calendar, a campaign calendar for the month of July, just look up US holidays for July. Obviously, if you're in a different country, look up for holidays in your country or important dates in your country. July holidays 2025. Right here, you can see all the important days or all national days that there are in the month of July in the United States. So, for example, if I was selling, if I was selling hot sauce, if I was selling any kind of dressing, International Chicken Day could be a campaign idea. Just a way to promote my hot sauce made in the USA. Now, I already know that 4th of July is an important holiday in the US. So I'm just going to add 4th of July. And if you're running a 4th of July sale, we probably want to start a little early, probably July 1st. So I'm going to say 4th of July start. 4th of July start. And we're going to run this sale all the way to till the 7th, last day, 4th of July. Last day, 4th of July. So I already have three campaigns ready to go. So that's first thing is we're gonna start the sale, we're gonna announce it. So this is just for the sale announcement. Sale announcement. And in between we're gonna give a reminder on actual 4th of July. And on we're gonna end the sale on 7th. So last chance email, which drives urgency, something like this is your last chance to get your discount. You'll miss out forever if you miss out the sale, something like that. So I already have three emails ready to go. Now all I have to do is fill the rest of these days out. So I'm gonna open the important days list. So we're good till July 7th. Probably want to give a couple of days in between. So we give some break between our email sends. So let's say July 10th, National Kitten Day, National Blueberry Day. Nothing I can use here. So I'm going to take up the important holidays first and then fill out the rest of the campaign. Something I can do better is National Holidays US 2025. So this way I get all the big holidays and I can then fill out the rest of the calendar. So July, Independence Day, that's done. Bastille Day, Pioneer Day, Parents Day. So you can choose any one of these days and make an email about it or give us discount on the any one of these days if you want to. But since I don't, I'm gonna keep 4th of July as the only sale for the month. Let me see if something is starting early next month. Not really. It's all right. So I'm going to keep 4th of July sale as the only sale I want for the month of July. And then I'm going to fill these up with rest of emails. So these are sale emails. And now we want to add something of more value after these emails. So let's say if I had a skincare brand, I could have an email which says I could drop a skincare routine. The main idea behind this would to give them actual value and promote our products indirectly. And let's say I dropped a skincare routine, and now for Friday I could do a best seller campaign, and let's say on Tuesday I could do a testimonial campaign for some social proof, and then on the 17th just pick another campaign from this. Back in stock alert, new collection alerts, behind the scenes. So behind the scenes is a good campaign. How I could give them a story of how our products are created or what goes into our products. So some behind the scenes campaign. These are two emails in the same week. Uh, Remove this here, remove this here. The campaign that we can do since we've done behind the scenes, now we can actually promote a product. So if I have a hero product, let's say my hero product is a face wash, I could do a product highlighting the face wash. So face wash highlight, and maybe have some before and after images, and then I could fill out the rest of the calendar similarly with email campaigns. uh, let's say some more product campaigns and us versus them, why we're better than our competitors. Maybe a flash sale here. Flash sale, 20% off, 24 hours only. Another campaign here. How to reduce acne. Similarly, add more campaigns for the rest of the week. Let's say, what can I add? Styling, usage, behind the scenes, founder story, FAQs. I could do FAQs. Well, the last day of the month, I could do a salary payday campaign. So everyone gets their paychecks or their salaries at the end of the month. I could do a payday campaign. Spend your money wisely or something like that. You know, these it's not that you have to come up with a new campaign each time you send. Do more of what works and adjust the campaign based on your overall strategy. For example, if you've not able to hit your revenue goals for the month of July, maybe I want to do more promotions at the end of the month. So be flexible and see what works. This is the easiest way to create a campaign calendar. Just add all the important dates and fill up the spaces. Now, for your email inspiration, these are the websites I use, whether it's for design or whether it's for concept. Email Love, this is a pretty good website which has some really good inspiration you can use. It has email campaigns from all brands, and you can also just click on this and choose campaigns based on certain niches. And all these are similar websites that you can use. Pinterest, really good emails. Email Donut, I especially love Email Donut because this is a new website and they have really good campaigns that I use for inspiration. Now, I'm going to show you how to actually spy on your competitors for free. All you have to do is go to this website called Mild and create a free account. I've already created an account, and all you have to do is search up for your competitor. Let's say my brand is Gymshark. And what Gymshark's competitors? What is Gymshark's competitor? Lululemon. So I'm gonna go to Mild and look up Lululemon, and you can see that this website will show me all of Lululemon's recent email campaigns. So you can use any of these. So, and let's say, let's do another one. Let's say, what's a good website? Let's say, yeah, I want Feastables, Mr. Beast's famous brand Feastables. Let's say you want to see what Mr. Beast is doing. You can just see all his recent email campaigns. You can spy on your competitors for free. All you need is to create a free account, and that'll allow you to spy on your competitors, see what they're doing, see what you can do better, or just use it for inspiration, create similar campaigns if you like to. Now, this was a great way to spy on your competitors. Hey there, I'm sorry to interrupt, but if you want someone with proven experience to come and scale your brand with email and SMS marketing, just click the first link in the description and let's see how we can work together. Email flows are a series of automated emails sent to your customer based on an action that they take. Now, this action can be anything from abandoning their cart, viewing a product in your store, making a purchase, or just joining your email list. So, email flows are what will make you money while you sleep. But email flows also create a personalized marketing experience for your customers, making it a win win situation. So, we also use them to make sure that when a customer lands on our website, we are doing our 100% to make sure that they convert. So, this is a typical buyer journey of a customer. They come to your homepage, they view a product, they add to cart, they proceed to checkout, enter their payment details, and they make a purchase. Now, let's say a customer abandons this journey somewhere in the middle. Let's say they added to cart, but they do not complete the purchase. What we can do here with email flows is set up cart recovery flows that will send them an email and try to get this sale back, basically recover your lost sales. So by setting up these multiple abandoned flows at every stage of the buyer journey, we are doing our 100% to make sure that once a customer lands on our website, they convert. So we categorize flows basically into two halves: pre purchase and post purchase. That is, before a customer makes a purchase and after a customer makes a purchase. So you need both of these flows or both of these categories of flows to increase your conversions, recover lost sales, and increase customer retention. So, in this video, I'm going to cover 7 core flows, both pre and post purchase, that will bring in new revenue while also creating an amazing customer experience for your customers. So, the first flow, the king of all flows, is the welcome flow. This is your highest converting flow. This is a series of emails sent to anybody who just joins your email list.
But for now, let's forget about emails. I know, just bear with me for a minute. Now, imagine someone random just walks up to you and asks you why they should buy your product. They know nothing about your brand and they want to know why they should buy your product over your competitors. Now, what do you think you could say to them? Would a simple 20% discount convince them? Do you think that would work? Now, answer is obviously no. That is not enough. Now, what do you think that you could say to them that would make them trust you? I want you to pause the video and write these things down, or at least think about it for a second. I'm going to pretend that you guys have written it down or at least thought about it. So here's what I would do. One, I could tell them how great my product is. I would tell them that over 10,000 people like my product. So the chances that they would like it too is really high. I would tell them that I've been featured on really popular platforms or I've been reviewed by really popular platforms or people. I would also answer any questions that they might have about the product. And I would tell them that hey, if you don't like my product, try it out for 30 days. And if you don't like it, I'll give you a refund or I'll give you your money back. And on top of all of that, I would give them a 20% off for being a first time customer. Now, if I condensed what I just said into smaller points, it would basically mean this. Telling them how great my product is would be to educate. Telling them that over 10,000 people have liked my product would be social proof. Telling them that I've been featured on amazing websites is more social proof. Answering any questions they have is solving their pain points. And telling them that if they didn't like the product, I would just give their money back. So there's no risk involved, is basically a risk reversal. And giving them a 20% top on top of all this is more incentive. Now, what do you think is a more convincing argument? This, all of this, or just 20% off? Now, obviously, this is a more convincing argument. And this is the exact mindset or strategy that you need to approach the welcome email flow with. So, your welcome emails usually have two types of audiences, one who are ready to buy, and the other are people who are not ready to buy. That's exactly why we have more than one email in a welcome flow, because all the people who are ready to buy usually just get converted in the first email. And the emails that we send after that are usually to convince people who are not ready to buy yet. So basically, when you look at the goal of the welcome flow, it would come down to this: to educate people who are not ready to buy, to give social proof, to give address pain points, risk reversal, incentive. But when you look at it on a more macro level, we do all of that just to get the purchase. Now, it might sound stupid, but and you might be thinking, why couldn't I have just said that the goal of the welcome email is to get the purchase? But if I said that, all your emails would look like this: buy now, buy now, buy now, buy now. But when you break it down into a more micro level, the problem of how to get this purchase becomes a lot easier, because this is what you need to do to get the purchase. Now it's finally time to build your own welcome flow strategy. Now, I will give you the exact strategy that you could follow, which works wonders, by the way. But if you've paid attention so far, I have now enabled you to create your own strategy. All you have to do is just think about what you would say to a random stranger to convince them to purchase your product. That's exactly the mindset you need to approach your welcome flow strategy with. Now, this is a good structure to start with, one that I would recommend. If you don't know what you're doing, you need to start with this. So here is email one, where you just give the discount straight away to the customers, because email one is usually for people who are ready to buy, and then email two is a bestseller email. So if you have a lot of products, people are usually confused with which product to get. You can target them with a bestseller email. Email three is testimonials, social proof. Email 4 is frequently asked questions, usually solves a lot of questions that your customers might have. And those questions might be what's preventing them from making a purchase. Email 5 is brand story plus unique selling points. Now, if you have a really good brand story, add it here. But otherwise, I just stick to benefits and unique selling points about your product. What makes your product better than your competitors? And email 6 is a direct discount reminder, and email 7 is the final call to purchase. Now, here that there's another strategy that's being applied here, where if someone doesn't open your first email, you can resend the first email again with a different subject line. So usually people are usually busy and they might just ignore your email. Maybe the subject line was not appealing enough. But with this strategy, you don't leave anything to chance, and you try to engage people who didn't engage with the first email again. So it's basically a really cool retargeting strategy that you can use. So this is a structure that you can follow, and the time delay between each email can be 24 hours or 2 days. And this is a good structure to start with, but I highly recommend tweaking the structure for your brand based on the things that I just said. So if you feel there's something else that you could add or something you can remove and replace with, that would make a stronger argument for your brand on why they should choose you, add it here. Now, here are some additional email ideas that you could replace the other emails with. An Ask with them email basically compares your products with your customers' products. You could talk about a risk, you could have a risk reversal email. If you have a money back guarantee or anything like that, you could also make an entire email just focusing on that. You could also educate your customers on different features of your product, or you could go with an indirect sell using a blog. So let's say I'm selling sunscreen. I could make a blog on why sunscreen is essential for everyday use or everyday life. And then in the blog, I would talk about all the benefits of sunscreen and then link to my product, which is the sunscreen that I'm selling. And that is also a good way to get uh, sell to customers. Well, it doesn't feel like you're selling it to them, but you're actually doing them a favor. Now, it's finally time. Let's break down the welcome flow strategy of a $60 million brand, Obby. So here are the emails of Obby, which is a $60 million brand. They're a supplement brand that sells collagen, and here are their welcome emails. So let's review them one by one. Here is their first email, which is sent immediately to the customer when they sign up on their pop up. As you can see here, there's a clear headline: Welcome to the obvious choice. That is the name of their brand. And they're giving their welcome offer right away. They're not delaying it at all. It's right there. When you open the email, this is the first thing you see. And there's a call to action button immediately below it. The next thing that you can see here is some really fun copy that is specifically targeted towards their target audience, and it also slightly addresses pain points that their target audience face. And next thing you have here is an action oriented call to action. Here that you can see that they've said just shop now, and here it's get your 20% off. It's more action oriented, which is has been proven to drive better results. And next thing here is a welcome offer reminder. So after the first one here, they remind you about the welcome offer again. And here again, they talk about a few risk reversal things. If you're not satisfied with the product in 90 days, you can just return it. And they talk about a few other things. And here, made in the USA, it makes you feel more patriotic, and it makes you feel better that you're not buying from a place like China, and instead you're buying from something that is homegrown and made in your homeland. That makes you feel a little patriotic. And then they have another action oriented call to action, a reminder of the discount. Here, this is a really, really good section where they say the Obvi community is 70,000 and counting. This is a huge credibility boost because they have over 70,000 people in their community. And they also have a action oriented CTA here. This section is really good because they have a community of like minded people. For people with similar problems, this gives their customer a place to belong, and it makes them feel like they're not the only ones that are facing this problem. This 70,000 and counting also plays on the idea that we've solved this problem for 70,000 people and we can solve it for you too. And they end their footer section with a why choose Obvi. It also has a few things that address people with certain problems like non-GMO, dairy-free and lactose-free, made in USA, all that. This is a really good section as well. And then let's move on to their second email. Now, this email is really different from emails that brands usually sell. This has really simple copy. Thank you for joining the Obi family. I recorded a short video just for you and hope you enjoy. Now, this is a video. I linked to this video in the description. So in this video, people are actually listening to an actual person instead of reading some text or watching some image on their computer screen. This email stands out from all the noise. And if you watch the video, you can see that the person is actually selling to the customer personally in the video. So this is a really good email. It just stands out from everything that is in your inbox. And I think this works really well for them. Now let's move on to email three. Straight away, they start off with a benefit-oriented copy and not a feature-oriented copy. These are all the things that a person interested in fitness wants to be. We start off with that and another action-oriented copy. If you notice, Obvi usually uses a lot of action-oriented copy instead of the same old boring shop now. After this one use here, all that CTAs, call to actions, have been action oriented. So if it works for a $60 million brand, it's going to work for you too. And they have another reminder of the welcome email. And here is a way to semi personalize product recommendations that they've used. So basically, have categorized the goals that their customers have into two different goals, and then they are recommending products based on the customer's needs and wants. So this is a really good section that you can steal. And then they also have a quiz that if the customer is still not sure what to buy, it usually tends to happen when there are a lot of products that you're selling. They can take a personalized quiz. And so the quiz helps them do two things. One, the customer would find exactly what they need to achieve their goals. And two, it lets Obby collect zero party data that they can use for better marketing, basically help them deliver the right message to to their customer at the right time. And there is the same welcome email reminder, action oriented CTA, and the same section again. Now let's move on to their email 4. So here they have a headline that says tastiness guaranteed. They're addressing a problem with supplements. Supplements usually taste bad. If you're someone who's used supplements before, you know that supplements usually taste bad. So they've addressed this here with this headline, and they have risk reversal here, 100% satisfaction guaranteed, or your money back. They make it seem so stupid not to buy. So if someone doesn't buy this product, they're seriously missing out. That's what their customers feel from this copy. And there's a discount reminder with an action oriented CTA. And this section is gold. So they basically display before and after pics here. So in the first pic, their customer is huge. They've put on a lot of weight. And in the next photo, they're really lean, they're really fit. So this makes, and it's actually realistic. So this gives their customers something to hope for, that after taking this product they can achieve results like these. They have buyer testimonials that are relatable to the problems that their customers may have, and their customers also showcase the dream outcome, that is they want to get fitter, and that is achievable if you use this product. And they ended again with action oriented CTA, and this copy here again too, if they love it, so will you. So if 70,000 people or 4 lakh happy customers have achieved their dream results, you will too. Then again, they end with the same section here, why choose Obvi. And let's move on to the next email, which is a discount reminder. Straight away, direct caller to the discount, last chance, redeem it now, creating urgency and fear of missing out on the discount. Then they have here a personal note from their founder. They make it seem like there's a real person behind all these emails talking to them. And they set expectations in their emails that all their emails are going to be value packed, not just going to be buy now, buy now, buy now. And there's also a subtle selling that's going on in this email. There's also this touch here. My personal favorite is Cocoa cereal. So people could actually, if people have no idea what to get, they could try this out because he already likes it. So they might too, you know. And here, they stack their offer even further by giving free shipping. So now they have 20% off. They also have free shipping. Now, obviously, this might not be feasible for your brand because of profit margins. But if this is something you can do, or it's not necessarily just free shipping, you can add some other offer here to make to stack up stack up value and make it even better. Now there's a final email. There's just one last effort to get the sale. It is really direct response copywriting that invokes emotion and sells on the dream outcome that the target audience wants. You can go ahead and read it here. By the way, I'll link to this document in the description so you guys can go through the emails yourself, see what I have to say about it, and maybe find something else that I've missed. So again, they have their testimonials section here. It basically means if they saw a difference, you will too. Action oriented copy and end with the same why choose Obvi trademark and safety badges. So, this is a really, really, really good and well crafted welcome sequence. Here are a few other things that I've mentioned about the breakdown. You can feel free to go through it. I'm pretty sure it's pretty understandable. And so, this is a really good welcome email to mimic your welcome sequence after. And this is a great way to get a high converting welcome email from the start. So that was the welcome email strategy of a $60 million brand. But if you want some extra emails to look at, you want some more emails for inspiration, you can check these websites out. They have a huge collection of emails, some really good emails that you can take a look at and see what take some inspiration for your strategy. Now, the next part is you have your inspiration, you know what you want. How do you actually create these emails? The first thing that you can do is actually start off with text based emails. Or if you have a graphic designer or some extra time on your hands, you can use Canva or Figma to create these emails. There's also another question that people have, which is better, text or graphic emails? So the answer is both. There's no one thing is not better than the other. We usually use a combination of text-based emails and graphic emails. That's what I would recommend as well. But for now, I have a special treat for you. If you have no idea what to do, you want to create some really good graphic emails, I have some amazing welcome email templates for you all. What I've done is collected welcome emails from few of the top brands and I've turned them into templates. So basically, all you have to do is change some text, drag and drop images. Just select this, change the image, and pick an image that you like. For example, if I just pick this image, you can see this obviously adjusted a little. Uh, all you have to do is drag and drop, and you have amazing. You can create amazing emails straight away. So I have number one here is a welcome email template. Just change, add images, change the text. It's all editable. Change the text, and once you're done with all of that, all you have to do is take each individual section, um, take individual each individual section, align it together, and then select all of it, right click, select frame selection. What you've done is made this entire email one frame, and you can just go ahead and export it and add it to your email software. Awesome. So now that our email is ready, what we're going to be doing is seeing how we can set this email up in Klaviyo and basically how to set up our welcome flow. So let's head over to Klaviyo. I'm on Klaviyo right now. So the only thing you need to do is click on flows, click on create flow and select the welcome series and make sure you select the correct trigger. Basically, this is connected to your pop-up. So if someone goes on your website, enters that email on your pop-up, and if they're added to this list, only then will the welcome series be triggered. So make sure that this list matches the list that is connected to your pop-up. So I'm gonna just select newsletter for now. Name it test and click on create. Now you just have to wait while Klaviyo does everything for you. So now Klaviyo has created the welcome flow for us. And as you can see here, they have basically split this flow into two parts. One is have placed an order at least once. So they are existing customers. And this other audience here is never purchased. So people who have never bought from you. So we're going to be focusing on people who've never bought from us because when you talk about people who've already purchased, there are a lot of retention marketing, post purchase tactics that come into play here. And that's not really related to our welcome flow. So for now, all you can do for an existing customer, you just create a generic email that's welcomes them to the email list, tell them about all the things that they can expect from this from being on your list, all the valuable content you'll give them, exclusive access, and much more. But for now, let's focus on people who've never bought from us. So we're going to be giving the discount code only to people who have never bought from us. And by default, here it is. So now what I'm going to do is set up this email as my first email. And I'll show you how you can set up the rest as well, but I'm not going to be going over that. So what you need to do is, if you're using Figma, is just slice up these parts into just break this email down into different parts, basically. So you're cutting down the email into different parts. And so the default macro on Figma for slice is S. Uh, or you can just go to the bar and select the slice tool. This is the slice tool and break it down into different parts. As you can see here, now if I click on this email, you can see that my email has been divided into different slices. I'm just gonna get this on top. Is that all? There's one more left here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Now you can see that my email has been divided into different slices. And if I click here on preview, you can see that this is my first slice that is being previewed. And this is the other slice. Awesome. So now that we have our slices, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and export them. So all you have to do is select all of them and click on export. and just save it uh, in the phone. Just save it somewhere. So now that I've saved it, now I'm on Klaviyo and here is the flow. So what I usually do after exporting slices is go to this website called TinyPNG and compress the images, because the smaller the images, the faster they load on your subscribers' screens. So this is what I recommend you do if your images are at least over 100 KB. I highly recommend compressing your images. But for now, I'm gonna skip this step. So just go to your email and let me show you how you can set this up. So go to welcome one, click on edit email. There's a blank email here, but you might have something else. All you have to do is just drag and drop image. Click on select image, upload the image, and just select the image where you saved it. And that's it. Your image is here, and to add all of your slices here. Awesome. So now I've added all of the slices. I've added all the slices, and our email is complete. So it's really that easy. All you have to do is that. And then go ahead and add alt text, that is a brief description of your image and the link. So if someone clicks on this image or this button, where do you want them to go? Just go ahead and add it here and do that for all of these images. If you don't want, for example, this text, if someone clicks on it, I mean, I don't want anyone to click on it and go anywhere, so I can just skip the link. But be sure to add the alt text for every single image, because that's really important and that might hurt your deliverability. So yeah, it's really that simple. After you're done with everything, just go ahead and click exit, or you can go ahead and test it. Add the subject line, add the preview text. Simple. You can go ahead and send yourself a test email if you'd like. Let me show you how to do that. Go ahead and click on preview and test. Click on send test and add your email ID and just send yourself a test if you'd like. And then once your email one is done, go ahead and create all your other emails. All you have to do is just add a time delay here. So time delay, I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna make it 1 day, and close. Add another email here. Go set it up. Just how you set this email up, just do the same for this, and then add the other emails. I'm gonna delete this here because, like I said, we're gonna be focusing a lot more on the people who have never bought from us instead of people who have already bought from us. So I'm going to delete these emails here, but you can go ahead and what you can do is instead of this, you can actually send the same emails, but for the people who have already subscribed, don't add, I mean, already bought from you, don't give them the discount code, right? Because they've already purchased. So add the same emails, associate them, testimonials, FAQs, same emails. I mean, FAQs doesn't really make sense because they already bought from you, but you can add similar emails and just not have the discount code in each email. So yeah, so I'm just going to send someone who's already an existing customer just a thank you email and add all my other emails here. A time delay of 2 days or 1 day. Just made it 11 days. But anyways, you get the point. Just change that. On and add all your other emails. That's how you set up a welcome flow. It's really that simple. And after you're done, make sure you've tested each and every email, send it to yourself. Make sure you've tested it and go ahead and turn it on after you just click on this review and turn on and make it live, and your email would be live. By the way, a lot of you have doubts when it comes to setting up dynamic coupon codes in your emails. So let me quickly show you how you can do that. So to create dynamic coupons in Klaviyo, the coupons basically that change with every subscriber and are custom made for each subscriber. All you have to do is go to your Klaviyo homepage, click on content, and under content, select coupons. After that, hit on create a Shopify coupon. By the way, in this video, I'm going to just walk through how you can create it if you have a Shopify store. If you have a store on other platforms like BigCommerce, WooCommerce, you can just click on this guide here that I've attached in the document, and it'll take you to this page where they have guides for WooCommerce, Magento, PrestaShop, and everything else basically that you need. But in this video, I'm going to be focusing on how you can create dynamic coupons on Shopify. So go to your Klaviyo homepage, click on coupons, and just click on create coupons, create Shopify coupon. And here, just give a name your coupon. I'm going to name it YT Welcome. YT Welcome. Now it's important that you remember the name of this coupon. And here, I just give a prefix. I might give well 20. Now, what your prefix is basically uh what Klaviyo does is keeps this constant in your coupon code and adds 8 random letters or numbers to the end of your prefix to make it dynamic. So if I get this coupon, my coupon might be well 20 1 2 3 4, and if you get the coupon, it might be well 20 5 6 7 8. So it'll be dynamic for both of us. It'll be unique for both of us, but this will just stay constant. So you can have this, or you can choose not to have this. It's up to you. But I usually like to add a certain prefix, a meaningful prefix, so I know which coupon, the specific, which specific flow this coupon was used in. So I'm just going to save it here. Choose whatever you want. Fixed amount per percentage free shipping. I'm going to give a 20% off entire order. No minimum purchase required. At send time, active dates at send time. So basically, when the email is sent, this coupon will be active. And expiration never, or so in welcome flows, people usually tease that this coupon will expire in 7 days. Now you should go ahead and expire it after a certain time, because otherwise your audience won't take you seriously. So if I've said 10 days, 8 days, or 7 days in my flow, make sure to at least make it 10 days, because sometimes people open their emails a little later or at a time that maybe the coupon would have already expired. So I like to set it at least 2 days or 3 days after I've said that it's going to expire, because that way, if the audience wants to, if the audience opens the email a little late, they can still get the purchase. So after you've selected everything that you need, just click on create coupon, and that's all you have to do. Your coupon is created and it will be dynamic. I know it says 0 out of 0 here. So the thing is, when it comes to dynamic coupons in flows, Klaviyo automatically generates it when it is going to send the email. So if when the email triggers, Klaviyo will automatically create a coupon and add it to your flow. Now let's go ahead. Let's go back to the flow and I'll show you how you can add the coupon. So if it's a dynamic coupon, you need to add some text and just go to, you need to add this coupon tag that Klaviyo uses. Go to paste text only and just change this to the name of your coupon. Mine was called YT Welcome. YT Welcome. And that's it. Your coupon has been added. And if you want to know if it works, all you have to do is click on preview. And if you get this, it's not the code that we put in anymore. It's just YT Welcome preview. That means your coupon has been added and it's working properly. If you still want to go a step ahead and check it out, turn this flow, turn it on, but select manual instead of live. I'll show you how to do it. Just a second. If you want to test it out, go to review and turn on, select manual. So this way, your flow won't be sent to everyone. It would just be sent to people who you approve. So go ahead and select manual and go and do an action that triggers this flow. So if signing up to your pop-up would trigger this flow, go ahead and sign up to the pop-up yourself. And then you would get this flow. And then you can check out if the coupon is actually working or not. But it usually works. I mean, not usually, but if you've done it, if you set it up the right way, it will work. So that's how you can set up dynamic coupons in Klaviyo. If you want to set up static coupons, it's really simple. All you have to do is just go to your Shopify page, go to discounts and add a static coupon. It's not changing, so you can add it in your design as well. You can implement it in your design and just add it as an image. You don't need to add it as text because it's not dynamic. And yeah, that's how you just create dynamic as or static coupons in Shopify. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is A/B testing. So A/B testing is really important in email marketing. So how do you actually A/B test your welcome flow? The first thing that everyone says is to pick one factor, and that's all they literally say, and no one talks about anything else. Obviously, you need to pick only one factor when you're testing because if you test multiple things at once, you won't know what made the difference. So if you're testing, let's say you have a different email copy and you're testing a different email design at the same time, how do you know what made the actual difference? Was it the layout of the email, or was it the copy of the email? So obviously, always whenever you're testing, test only one thing at a time so that you know what made the difference. The second thing that you need to do is to run the test for a long enough period and in a neutral environment. Now, what do I mean by running the test in a neutral environment? For example, tests that are conducted in a Black Friday period can't be compared to the tests in other months because Black Friday generally has the buying intent is through the roof. The website traffic is the highest, right? So comparing that to a period other than Black Friday is irrelevant. Wouldn't the results that you would get wouldn't be accurate. Now, what are the things that you actually need to test? The first thing you can test is subject lines. You can test copy. You can test the types of emails in your welcome flow. For example, a testimonial email or a us versus them email, which performs better. The second thing we test is the time delay between each flows, whether you should 1 day before you send your second email, 2 days, or half a day. Test everything. And the third thing that you can test is the number of emails. Now, here are a few bonus tips to end this video with. Add a split for customer versus non-customer. Treat these two segments differently. Don't send discounts codes to your existing customers unless it is a win-back email. Include the discount code in every email. Like we saw in the breakdown of Obby's email strategy, in every email of the welcome flow, they had multiple reminders of the discount codes and the offer that their customers were missing. You need to do the same. Add high performing campaigns to the flow. Whenever you're running email campaigns, and if an evergreen campaign does really good, add that to your welcome flow and it would do really good there too. Remove people who don't open your welcome flow. So basically, don't send to people who don't want to open your emails or don't open your emails. That will just hurt your deliverability. And the last and final tip is not to be salesy and try to educate your people, nurture them, give them more information. The only reason they might not be ready to buy it is because they don't have enough information. So give them more information.
I'm going to show you the easiest way to recover abandoned carts in 2025. And this method is used by all the top brands like Chewy, Stanley, Ninja, Dollar Shave Club. And all these brands are worth billions and millions of dollars. And if they use it, you should too because it works. Now, what's the strategy? It's simple yet effective abandoned cart emails. Now, if you look at these emails, all they have is some copy, the product that the customer abandoned, and a discount if they like. And Stanley follows a similar strategy. Some copy the product which the customer abandoned. Let me zoom in. The product which the customer abandoned, call to action, some other products that the customer can buy. Ninja also follows a similar strategy, and Dollar Shave Club also follows a similar strategy. Now, these are really simple yet effective abandoned cart emails, and I'm going to show you how you can create these in literally 5 to 10 minutes without needing much design. But before that, here is a quick checklist that you can follow to create high converting abandoned cart emails. The first one is to show the abandoned product as soon as possible. The second one is to keep it simple. Third one is to offer a risk reversal or guarantee. And the final one is to provide an incentive if they don't end up purchasing after the first email. Now, to set up these automations, we need an email marketing tool. And my tool of choice is Klaviyo. I'm not sponsored by them. This is just the best tool for e-commerce email marketing. And if you use any other email marketing tool, the process is similar. So you can just copy it on your platform. So, by the way, if you've not integrated Klaviyo with Shopify, the process is really simple, but I'll attach a small video in the description of this video. So if you have any doubts, you can follow the process from there. Anyways, all you have to do is install Klaviyo, and after you have your account, go to Flows and click on Create Flow, and just look up abandoned cart. It's this one right here. Shopify added to cart trigger, and click on use template. Now Klaviyo has a template for you. You can use the same template, or you can make changes to this template based on your requirements. I would recommend you just use this template because there's nothing fancy and it's really simple. If you have SMS integrated with Klaviyo, you can keep the SMS message here. But if you don't have it, you can just go ahead and delete that. All you have to do is click on delete and yes path and delete. By the way, I recommend adding SMS too because that will help you recover more abandoned carts. So anyways, this is our email one. You can change the subject line here. You can add the preview text here. And I'm going to show you how you can build out a similar template to Stanley and Chewy and all of these top brands within just 5 minutes in Klaviyo. So just back to Klaviyo and click on edit email. And this is the template that Klaviyo has given us. It's really simple. And you can just click on any one of these items to edit it. Now here I'm going to go ahead and add my logo, which is Nike's logo. I'm going to reduce this to 200. Yeah, that looks fine. You can add alt text. Alt text is nothing but a brief description of your image. I'm just going to add logo. You can add the link to your website here. And now we're going to follow this template where it's really simple. There's just some copy here, and there is the abandoned product to show each customer, and this is a dynamic block, so it shows each customer the product that they abandoned. And back to Klaviyo, so I'm just going to add the same copy here. You've got great taste. You've got great taste. Now I'm not going to focus too much on formatting or making the template look really good. My goal here in this video is to show you how to build this template out in the most simple way possible and the fastest way possible. You can obviously spend more time on this to make it look better, but I'm not going to be focusing too much on formatting it. My only goal is to show you how you can create it as fast as possible. Anyways, edit that. You've got great taste. Add some copy here. I'm going to add the same copy, take another look at what you left behind. Take another look at what you left behind. Align this center. And then here we have the dynamic block. This is the most important part. So Klaviyo automatically pulls up your product, the image of your product name, and the price. Uh, don't mess around too much with these names. You can format it if you'd like, but don't mess around with the placeholders because even if I just remove one bracket here, Klaviyo won't be able to pull out the name of my product. So I'm just add the bracket back, and now you can see Klaviyo will automatically pull the product name and the price of the product. You can choose to delete the price from here if you don't want to show the price, but I'm going to keep it as it is. And you can change the color of this to black to match the template. And yep, and then I'm going to make this button full width, change the color to black, and change the to take another look. And by the way, you can also delete this shop new and shop now if you don't like it. I'm just going to delete it. This looks much cleaner. And now I'm going to go ahead and create this section which says you might also like. It's really simple. All you have to do is first, I'm going to duplicate this, pull this down here, change this to, instead of you might also like, I'm going to change it to people also bought. This is much better than you might also like in terms of the psychological effects of this copy. So I'm going to keep that, reduce the size to 18. And now I'm going to add the products. So just go to blocks and pull product, and this will help you show other products to your customers. So there are two ways to show your products. One is static and one is dynamic. With static, you can choose to show specific products to your customers. With dynamic products, you can pull products based on the best sellers in the last 90 days or the most viewed products in the last 90 days. So I'm going to choose dynamic right now and click on create product feed. I'm going to name this test 2. select which products. So I can choose the best selling products, I can choose most viewed products, both newest products or random products. So I'm just going to choose best selling products over last 90 days, actually last 3 days. You can also choose to add more filters and select different categories or price and all of that here, or choose different collections. But I'm just going to select selling products over last 3 days and click on create product feed. And now we have our dynamic product feed. If I just click on preview, Klaviyo will automatically pull different products from my store. Now this can be formatted further. I can choose to not show the price or show the price. Link, I can choose to link the product name to the product as well. I'm going to select yes, and I can choose to change the text of the button. You can also choose how many products you'd like to display, whether it's 6 products in a row or 3 products in a row, or how many rows of products you'd like to display. Select one row. You can adjust the height of the images and all of that, padding, all the basic stuff. To match the template, I'm just gonna change this to white, and then I'm gonna change the button text color to black, and then I'm gonna reduce this to 14 and underline this. And also I would like to not show the price of the product, and they can view that on the product page. So anyways, our people also bought section is done. Looks similar to this section. Actually, I'm going to reduce the size of that a little more. Reduce the button text to, let's say, 12. And then we can go ahead and add a footer. So Klaviyo already has a lot of pre-built footers. You can just go ahead and choose any one of those. I'm just going to choose a simple footer here. Um, let's say this one. So this is a blue footer. I'm just going to change the color to black to match the template. Delete this because we already have social media links. Now this template needs more work because this is not optimized for mobile. As you can see, the text is bigger. This looks weird, and this also looks weird. So to optimize it for mobile, by the way, this is really important because most of your customers are going to view this email on their mobile phones. So it's really essential that you have it optimized for mobile. So what we're going to do is select this text first. I'm going to display and change the visibility to desktop only. Now what happens now is this will only be visible on desktop. We're going to duplicate it and change the display to mobile only. So this will be displayed on desktop, and this will be displayed on mobile. So now we're going to change the size of this to reduce the size till it looks better. This looks good. I'm keep this like this. Follow the same process for this. Change the visibility to mobile and change the visibility to desktop. And we're going to edit the mobile version. Just make it a little smaller. 12. Actually, 14 looks better. 12 is really small, so I'm going to leave it that as 14. And now I'm going to duplicate this section, change this to mobile only, duplicate, and change one of them to desktop only. I'm going to go ahead and modify this section. Change style. I don't want to stack on the mobile, so I'm going to select no stacking, and I'm going to edit the size of this to, let's say, 20, and let's see how it looks on mobile. Does this look good? Yep, I'm satisfied with this, so I'm going to move on to the next part. And change this section. Similarly, duplicate this section, change it to mobile, change it to desktop. And here you can choose either, if you like to stack it, you can choose to stack it, but I don't want to stack this section too. So I'm going to deselect stack on mobile, and this will be displayed in the same row. Now this looks much better compared to before. Actually, you can also choose to reduce the size of this because I think this looks really big. So desktop, display, mobile, I'm going to change it to, let's say, 150. Much better. And this template is optimized for mobile, and this template is optimized for desktop. Make sure to always optimize your emails for mobile because most of your customers are going to view your email on mobile. Now there we have our simple yet effective abandoned cart email. This is how it looks. It is optimized for mobile, and you can start recovering abandoned cards literally in the next 10 minutes. It's really simple to create, and you can create this yourself. So that was a simple abandoned cart email, but this will recover so many sales for you. You will actually be surprised. And now what we're going to do is create a 3 email abandoned cart flow. And this is the strategy that we're going to follow here. So we're going to send out 3 emails. The first email was the reminder that we just created. And email two is going to be a discount. Let's say someone doesn't buy after email one. Since these are highly interested customers, it makes sense to give them a small discount in exchange for the purchase. So we're going to give them a small discount in email two. And in email three, we're going to give them a reminder, a final reminder, more like a last chance to use that discount code. After which, if they don't use the discount code, they'll never be able to access the discount code. So all we need to do is we just go ahead and duplicate this email and in this to actually we can change that later. I'm just going to show you how you can edit this. Click on edit email. So like I said, we want to give them a small discount or small incentive to purchase. So I'm going to change this to 20% off your cart. If 20% doesn't make sense for you and your margins, you can give a lesser discount. Obviously, that's up to you. You can also add free shipping or test out multiple discounts. It doesn't have to be 20% off. You can give any discount that works for you. And here I'm going to change it. Take. We add this part to drive some urgency and make sure the customer actually takes action if they really want the product. And here you can add use code and enter whatever code they have to use. For example, if it's a static code, you can set up a code something like cart 20, but I recommend setting up dynamic codes. So anyways, if they use cart 20, they get 20% off, and that's it. So 20%. Our email too is also created. All we have to do is change up the messaging a little bit, and we just similarly just duplicate this. I clicked on preview. Similarly, just clone this and click on edit, and we're gonna change this to 20% off, expires today. This is your last chance to grab 20% off your grab 20% of your cart. Hurry, this expires today, and use code cart 20. I'm gonna move this copy to the next line, and obviously you can format it a little more to make it look better. Might also want to make this bigger. Use code 20, show the product. I'm gonna add some spacing here, and that's how it is. That also make sure to obviously edit the mobile version because this won't be updated automatically. So you need to update the mobile version too. So I'm not going to do that. You guys can do it yourself. It's really simple. And there we have it. 3 email abandoned cart series created. And I don't think that took us a lot of time and a lot of effort. It's really that simple. So now you can go ahead and change the subject lines. You can go ahead and name this properly so it's not confusing. So I'm in email two. So it's abandoned cart email two. Change the subject line. You can something else and change this up. Email three. Change the subject line too. Add some preview text and click on save. Now I'm going to add some time delays here too. So the first email goes out after 1 hour, second email goes out after 20 hours, and the last email goes out after 24 hours of email too. This is days, change that to hours, 24 hours of email too. And that's it. That's how simple it is to create an abandoned cart email. Now here are some advanced strategies you can try out in your abandoned cart emails. You can create splits for high cart value versus low cart value. So let's say someone's cart is worth $100, you can choose to give them a higher discount versus let's say someone has just $5 worth of items in their cart, and it doesn't make sense to give them a discount there, so you can choose not to give them a discount there. You can treat new customers versus repeat customers differently. New customers generally require some incentives for purchase, whereas repeat customers already trust your brand, so they're just going to go ahead and buy again without needing a discount. You can also separate your abandoned cart flow based on the type of product. And the next part is A B testing and optimization, because the best part about email marketing is that you can keep testing and keep on optimizing your emails so that they keep on performing better. So here are things that you need to test: the delay between each email. Now, in this setup, we sent our first email after 1 hour. You can test that and send it after 2 hours or 4 hours and see what works best. You can also test the number of emails in each flow. So in this flow, we had 3 emails. You can add more emails or reduce the number of emails and see what works better, what is converting better. You can also test the order of each emails. You can choose to give a discount in the first email itself, or you can choose not to give a discount in the first email or even the second email and see if that recovers more sales for you. You can also test text versus image based emails. This was a simple template that we created. You can test and see if a template with more graphics works better for you. Test the copy and all of that. You can also test the discount type. If you want to give a 20% off, 30% off, 50% off, you can test the free shipping, you can test free gifts. Things that you can test are endless. And the more you test and the more you optimize, the better results and the more abandoned carts you're going to recover. Now, our next flow is the browse abandonment flow. These are emails sent to someone who views our product but does not add to cart or make a purchase. So, why do we send this? In this age of TikTok and Instagram Reels, people have really short attention spans. They get distracted by every shiny thing that they see. So, there's a high chance that someone wanted to buy your product but just got distracted or just forgot about it. They also might have needed some more info, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing in this flow. So the strategy and structure for this flow is: when someone views your product, let's say in 30 minutes or maximum of 1 hour, we're going to send them an email reminding them that they forgot their product. You can also throw in a couple of FAQs if you'd like. Email 2 is risk reversal. Now, risk reversal is some guarantee that you can give them to make sure that they end up buying, and show them there's no risk with their purchase. So that could be anything from 30-day free returns or 30-day money back guarantee, something like that, which can reverse the risk and make it seem like buying your product is a no brainer. Because if they don't buy it, there's 30-day money back guarantee or there's 30-day free returns, which makes them more likely to buy your product. You can also throw in some testimonials to further strengthen this risk reversal. Email 3 is your discount plus support info. If they've still not converted after first 2 emails, we give them a discount. And we also throw in the support info, so if they have any questions, they can contact our customer support. Now, email 4 is last chance for discount. Let them know that if they don't buy now, their discount is gone. Now, here are some brilliant examples of browse abandonment flow. The first one is by Chewy. It says, still sniffing around, fun copy on brand for Chewy. Continue browsing their needs and wants. Shop now. And here they show the products that their customer abandoned. And here they have some incentive which says save 30% off with auto ship on your first order, what your pet needs. And here you can see that they have their customer support info, which says 24-hour customer support. You can call us at the number. And here they have trust badges, which says 24/7 customer support, free delivery on orders plus $49, free returns for 365 days. What I talked about, giving them risk reversal, and happy pets guaranteed. So this is a great email which contains all the points that I talked about before. Overall, a great browse abandonment email. Now, the next email is by Patagonia. This is also a really good email. This is a little unique email, and I don't see a lot of emails similar to this. So this has a really fun copy which says still hanging, and it shows a picture of a person hanging from a tree. Some fun copy, and the they show the products that their customer abandoned. And the cool part here and the unique thing about Patagonia is this section, which says, do you really need it? And asks the customer a few questions that the customer usually, the answers to these questions in the customer's mind would be a yes. So there's some really cool questions asking if they really need the product, and they just reaffirm in their customer's mind that they actually need the product. A great browse abandonment flow strategy. Obviously, I don't know if it actually works for them, but I would think it's actually working pretty good for them because this is their current browse abandonment email. So what I've done actually to make things a lot simpler for you guys is created browse abandonment templates based on those two emails. So this exact email by Chewy, I've created a template here. You can customize this, add your own logo, add your own copy, and this is a dynamic section which shows the products your customer abandoned. I'll show you how to create this in Klaviyo in a second, but I've created the template for this. I've also created the template for the same Patagonia email. You can go ahead and add your logo, your photos, your copy, and show the products which your customer abandoned. So now you can go ahead and access these templates. The link will be in the description. Now let's go ahead, open Klaviyo and see how we can actually create the browse abandonment flow with the dynamic section in Klaviyo. So go to Klaviyo, click on flows, go ahead and click on create flow and select the browse abandonment flow. Click on use template. Now this is Klaviyo's browse abandonment flow. When someone views your product, wait 2 hours and send an email. I would recommend not waiting for 2 hours. Set it to 30 minutes or 1 hour. Test it, see what works for you. The quicker you get to them, the better. Now let's open the email template, edit email. This is what Klaviyo's browse abandonment email looks like. You can go ahead and customize whatever you like. But what I'm going to do here in this video is recreate the same Chewy template that I showed you before. Now, by the way, you can go ahead and delete all this, but this part here, this table is the most important part because this will display your products dynamically and show the customers the actual product that they abandoned. So you can delete everything but this. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete that. Delete the section 2. Delete this part 2. Just keep the dynamic section and the call to action button. Now, I'm going to go to Figma and follow a similar process like we did in the welcome flow and export, create slices of this and export it as images. Since the dynamic section is already created in Klaviyo, I'm not going to be exporting that. I'm just going to be exporting the top part and the bottom part and leave the middle section as it is because we're going to be creating that in Klaviyo. So I've selected these two slices. I'm going to go ahead and export them. Click on save, back to Klaviyo, add images. So we need an image at the top part and an image at the bottom part because our dynamic section is we're going to be creating that in Klaviyo. So go ahead and select the image that we just exported, still sniffing around, upload, and at the bottom part, which has the free shipping, I think an offer on shipping. Yep. Now we've recreated their email. Obviously, we can change the color of this dynamic section to match the styles of the template. I will, if wanted to, I can turn this to blue to match. Section is turned to blue. Not sure if it's visible for you guys, but yeah, here it is. It's turned to blue. You can change the color to whatever you like. I think in the template it's black. Yeah, so you can go ahead and change the template. I'm not going to do much around it. And this link, this change the link address of this link. So right now, what it's set to is if someone clicks on shop now, it'll take them to the website, the homepage of their website. But what we want is when someone clicks on this to go to the product that they abandoned. So I'm just gonna go ahead and copy event dot this link address. Click on the section, click on the image which says, and copy the link address which says event.url. and go ahead and paste that instead of organization.url. So I'm going to paste that. You can change the color of the button too if you'd like to match the template. They don't have a button there, but I'm just going to add it. So here, as you can see, the same browser abandonment flow, the browser abandonment template has been created in Klaviyo with the dynamic section. You can go ahead and test it. I don't think I'll see a lot of data here. Yeah, the reason I'm not seeing the dynamic product is because this is a dummy Klaviyo account with a dummy website. We don't have any data here, so it's not shown. But if you guys try it out for your websites, if there's activity, browse abandonment activity, or there's some activity on your website, you should see the product that your customer abandoned along with its price right here. And you can also add a footer. I'm just going to use a pre-built footer from Klaviyo, and I could just change the color to blue. Nope, that doesn't look good. Change it to whatever color you like, or you can change the text color and change that to blue again to match the theme of the template. So that's how you create dynamic templates while also keeping them really good looking. You can use Klaviyo's inbuilt editor and just have a basic template, or you can just copy this and use the templates that I've given you. I've added two templates. I've also added the Patagonia template here. You can go ahead and customize it, change the brand colors, change the logo, and make sure it matches your brand. So now the next email flow is your post purchase or thank you flow. This flow is triggered after someone makes a purchase. Why do we send this? Number one, to upsell. Number two, eliminate buyer's remorse. People make a lot of impulse decisions, they make a lot of impulse purchases. So we need to eliminate buyer's remorse. Number three is to reduce returns by setting the right expectations of your product before they get the product. And the final goal is to enhance customer experience. Now, the overall strategy that we use for this post purchase flow is when someone places an order, we send them two emails immediately. The first email is a thank you email. You can choose to differentiate the thank you email based on if it's a first time customer or a repeat customer. But we send the first email, the thank you email, and immediately we follow it up with an immediate upsell. The reason we do that is when someone makes a purchase, statistically they're more likely to make another purchase in that same window than at a later time. So when someone buys from you, what we do is immediately upsell and give them a great offer which they can't refuse. Let's say you're selling handbags and someone just bought a handbag from you. What you can do is upsell ropes, different colored ropes or different styled ropes of that handbag with another offer. Let's get add these throw these ropes in for an extra $10, or throw these ropes in for 50% off. Basically upsell them and also back it up with an offer that they can't refuse. It works amazing and it will help you increase your average order value. And you can also ship both of these items in the same order, which saves you shipping costs. Now, the next email that we'll send them, we'll wait for 24 hours and send them email 3, which is to eliminate buyer's remorse. We get them excited about the product so that they know that their life is going to change with our product. Now, email 4 is product education. The goal of this email is to set expectations so customers are not shocked or not disappointed when they get their product, which leads to returns. Now, email 5 is a review request email. By the way, the first two emails are sent immediately to the customer when they purchase. Email 3 and 4 is sent to them a little bit later, but before the product is shipped to the customer. And email 5 is sent at least 30 days after the customer has actually used the product. So you can send a review request email, or if you're using other third party tools to collect reviews, you can set up a review request email there. Now let's go into a couple of examples of amazing post purchase emails. This email by Dossier, how to get the most out of your perfume, great example of a product education email. Gives them tips to keep their perfume lasting longer, gives them tips to take care of their perfumes. And the next email here, this next email here is by Dollar Shave Club. Like I said before, they immediately upsell. As you can see, someone bought an order and they're like, you want to toss more in before we ship? And they display complementary products. So you can do the same thing, show complementary products. Obviously, don't show the same product that they just bought. That doesn't make any sense. So show products that complement the product that they bought. And one thing you can do here to further power up this email is add a great incentive like 20% off or 30% off. So that's a great example for an upsell email by Dollar Shave Club. So I've gone ahead and made templates of these post-purchase emails that I just showed you. So this one is the email template by Dossier, how to get the most out of your perfume. You can change this to your product, add your product images, give tips on your product. And I've also created a template that you can use to immediately upsell your customer. So if in the next get any product in the next hour and take 20% off. So basically they just made a purchase, and if they place another order in the next hour they get a 20% off. So this is a gif which turns around, and then you can show your other popular products. So this is also an email template that you can use and customize for your brand. And now I'm going to quickly go over to Klaviyo and show you how you can set up your post purchase flow. So I'm on Klaviyo homepage. Go ahead and click on flows, click on create flow, and click on customer thank you. Now I'm on the Klaviyo homepage. Go ahead and click on flows, click on create flow, and you want to search up post. You want to search for thank you. So customer thank you. Use template. So here you can create a different thank you message based on the product that your customer just bought, and go ahead and create out your strategy. So I'm going to follow the strategy that I just told you guys. So add the time delay. Actually, we want the first two emails to go immediately to the customer. So there's no time delay in between. Email 1 and email 2 would go immediately to the customer, and then add a time delay. So you can similarly go ahead and create out the entire strategy and add your content to these emails like we did before. That is your post purchase or the thank you email. Now, moving on to the next email flow, which is the customer winback. Now, this email flow is sent to past customers who haven't bought in a long time. Why do we do this? Number one, to increase customer lifetime value. Number two, to re engage old customers. And number three, it's cheaper than finding new customers to get already existing customers to buy again. So, anyways, the strategy for this flow is if someone hasn't bought from us in the past 60 days, we send them an email which says, hey, we miss you. Come back and check out our new products, check out our brand new products, check out our new products. And let's say they don't convert, we send them an email too with a discount and urgency. Hey, because we miss you, we're giving you 20% off for the next 24 hours. So go ahead and grab your next favorite product. And email 3 is last call for discount. Just let them know that their discount is expiring. Now, here are a few examples of the customer winback email. This one by Teespring, direct copy, come back. We haven't seen you launch a campaign in a little while, which has us like this. Who doesn't melt after seeing puppy eyes? So a great comeback campaign. They've kept it fun. They've kept it light. And the next email here is by ATG stores. A lot has changed since you've been gone. Save 20% on your next order. Basically, give them a discount to come and try out something new. So I've gone ahead and created those two campaigns as templates. Well, one of them as templates. So I've created the Teespring campaign as a template. You can go ahead and add your own images, add your own logo, change the colors to use this as a winback template. I've also added another template here which I've used for one of my clients, where you can go ahead and add your logo. You can change the copy, give them a discount code, and here you can add a lifestyle image or want to showcase your products. So here are two winback templates that you can use. So the next flow is the VIP flow. This flow is sent to customers who have made multiple purchases from you. Why do we send this? Number one, to make top spenders feel special. Number two, build loyalty. Number three, increase customer lifetime value. And number four, to acquire new customers. So the strategy for this flow is pretty simple. The first thing that we need to do is decide what makes a customer a VIP. Is it buying at least three times from us, or spending at least $500 from us on our store? Whatever you think would make a customer a VIP, that is what would trigger this flow. So for this example, I've taken made at least X number of purchases. Let's consider three purchases. So if someone makes three purchases, email one, welcome to the VIP club. Tell them, let them know that you value them, you're special, give them special perks, give them exclusive discounts, give them access to exclusive product launches, early product launches. Email number two is an exclusive reward. Give them special discount code that they can use at any time, something like that. Decide what you can do for your VIPs, or give them a special gift that you'd like to give them. And email three is the VIP referral program. This is a really powerful email because these are your loyal customers. They already love your brand. Give them some incentive to refer their friends or their family. So it could be something like, if they spend if they spend $10, your VIP customer gets $10 off, something like that. See what works with your margins and create a VIP referral program. Give your VIPs some incentive to recommend your products to other people that they know. Now, email 4 is a review slash user generated content request. Your VIPs love using your products. That's why they're VIPs. Ask them for videos or images of them using your product. You can use these photos or images in further marketing strategies. Now, here are a few examples of some really great VIP emails. So this one is by Grove, which says, "Hi VIP, don't forget to claim your VIP gift before time runs out." They basically are giving their VIPs some free gifts, and they give them multiple offers and let them know about all their multiple perks that their VIPs get. Now here's another similar email which welcomes them for being a VIP, lets them know that they are VIP of the brand, and gives them exclusive perks and lets them know that they're really grateful that these people trust them multiple times. So this is also a great email. I've also gone ahead and created templates for both of these emails, so you can use these text based emails for your brand. You can go ahead and edit it if you'd like. You can use both of these VIP templates as well. Now let's go ahead and open Klaviyo, and I'll show you how you can create a VIP flow. The first thing that you need for this is create the VIP segment. So create new segment. I'm going to call it VIP, call it test VIP segment. So what would I consider someone a VIP? In this case, I'm going to consider someone who has purchased at least four times from me a VIP. So what someone has done, click on ordered, placed order, at least uh, is at least three three times overall time. So if someone has placed order at least three times, I'm going to consider them VIP. And the other thing that you can choose to add here is you can test out if you only want to send this email to an engaged VIP. That means they've at least opened your emails in the last 30 or 60 days, or you want to send this to everyone who qualifies as a VIP. The reason I would recommend testing this out is sending emails to people who don't open your emails will hurt your email deliverability. So, first thing you can do is just create the segment based on this filter and not have any filter other than this. And if your open rates drop below 35%, what you can do is add in to make sure this person is an engaged subscriber. So add what someone properties about someone, uh, s- what someone has done or not done, opened email at least once in the last 30 days, or change that to 90 days. Now, this ensures that this person will open my email and my deliverability will stay good. So, like I said, test this out. If your open rates are above 35% without this filter, delete it. you're good, you don't need it. But if your open rates drop significantly lower, add this filter too, and this ensures that your VIP is an active VIP. So create the VIP segment. I've named it test VIP segment, and go to flows, create flow. We're going to create this flow from scratch, so click on build your own. Click, I'm going to name it VIP flow. Click on create flow. Now click on the trigger where it says select a trigger, and here you can see recommended. Go to your metrics, go to all triggers, added to segment, and select the VIP segment that we just created, which is test VIP segment. So if someone is added to this segment, which is our test VIP segment, this flow will be triggered. So the rest of the process is the same. Go ahead and create the emails. If you like the all text email I just created, just click on edit email and click on text only, and you can go ahead and copy this and just paste it here. Paste text only, and there your all text email is created. So that's how you, and click on save. That's how you create the VIP flow in Klaviyo. This is a great flow to have. Make sure to thank your loyal spenders, and they'll appreciate it as well. Now, the final and last flow is the sunset unengaged, aka what I call the breakup flow. So, this email flow is sent to subscribers who haven't opened your email in a long time. So, why do we send this? Number one, to clean your email list. Number two is to re engage dead profiles. And number three, when you clean your list, that means improved metrics, which means improved deliverability. Now, the structure of this flow is pretty simple. If someone hasn't opened your email or if someone is unengaged, we're going to send them an email asking them if they're still interested in our emails, or they want us to take them off our email list. This is a great example by Mary Roots. We're still here for you, asking them if they're interested in their emails or they want them to take them off their list. So creating this email is pretty simple. So go to Klaviyo, and the first thing you need to do, similar to the VIP flow, is create an unengaged segment. So go to list and segments under audience, click on create new, create segment. So, so your unengaged segment could be people who haven't opened your email at least in the last 365 days. So I'm going to name it unengaged. Select condition, what someone has done or not done, as opened email 0 times in the last 365 days. So if someone hasn't opened my emails in the last year, I would consider them unengaged people. So go to flows, create flow, and find sun type, just search, look up sunset, and it says sunset unengaged subscribers. Go ahead and select the trigger. The trigger would be the list that you just created. So unengaged, and click on use template. So the flow is already created by Klaviyo. Go ahead and edit the template to whatever you like. You can just add a simple text based email here asking if your subscribers if they are interested or not interested, and go ahead and turn the flow live after you're done creating your template. So that was your sunset unengaged flow, aka the breakup flow. It's really essential that you have this to maintain good deliverability. A lot of people ignore this and sleep on it. I would 100% recommend having this flow too. Now, with that being said, we are at the end of the Klaviyo Flows course. Hey there, I'm sorry to interrupt, but if you want someone with proven experience to come and scale your brand with email and SMS marketing, just click the first link in the description and let's see how we can work together. So, here is a 5-step tutorial to get out of spam in 2025. And this is the only guide you will need to get your emails out of spam. And if you do exactly as I say, you should be out of spam in the next 4 to 6 weeks, guaranteed. But before we get into how to get our emails out of spam, how do we know that our emails are actually landing in spam? Now, the most obvious indicator of this are your open rates. If you have ridiculously low open rates, let's say under 15%, your emails are most likely in spam. And the other thing that you can do if you use Klaviyo is to see your deliverability score. You can find this under analytics, deliverability on your dashboard. And basically, this is a score given to your account between 0 to 100. And this is what it means. If your score is between good or excellent, you don't need to watch this video. Your deliverability is good. Just follow the steps on the action center and you'll be good. But if your score is lower than that, let me show you how you can get out of spam and fix this. I guarantee if you follow all these 5 steps, you will achieve a score of good or excellent in the next 4 to 6 weeks. And the key here is step number 5, which is our secret ingredient. Now, let's start with step number 1, Google and Yahoo's sender requirements. Now, so Google and Yahoo basically came up with a bunch of requirements that you need to be in compliance with if you send bulk emails. So they might look complicated, but they're really simple. And let me show you how to get it done. The first step is to remove at Gmail from your from address. This basically means that you cannot send emails from an email address that looks like this: john@gmail.com or mark@gymshark.com. You need to send emails from your own domain, like mark@gymshark.com or john@wwe.com. So basically a professional email address that looks like a name or something followed by your domain name. So how do you do that? First of all, open Klaviyo, go to settings, accounts, organization, and find something called as your default sender email address and change this to a professional email address. If you're already compliant, well and good, but if you're not, change it to a professional email address and you're done. It's that simple. So the next step is basically setting up a dedicated sending domain. This basically means that you cannot have this thing via ksd3.klaviomail.com when people receive your emails. It means that you don't have a dedicated sending domain and you're using Klaviyo's shared domain, and you don't want that. So how do you set up a dedicated sending domain? I'm not going to show you how to do this because there's already an excellent video tutorial by the Klaviyo team. So you can just go ahead and watch that. The link is in this document and you can find this document in the description of this video. So after you're done with this step, you should notice that this part has disappeared completely from your emails, and that means you have a dedicated sending domain. Now, the next step is to set up your DMARC policy. If you followed this video, this should already be done. But for some reason, if you don't have a DMARC policy yet, here you go. So basically what you need to do is log into your DNS provider, which is the place where you bought your domain from. It could be GoDaddy, Cloudflare, Namecheap, or wherever your domain is registered, and add a DMARC record. Find DNS settings or DNS management section in your DNS provider and add a new TXT record with all of these details. Just make sure to replace this part with your professional email address. Now, if you want to know what all of this means, you can just read through this. By the way, Klaviyo recommends that you have a dedicated email to collect your DMARC reports. So basically, once you complete this step, there's something called DMARC reports which you get, and it's really not something that you need to go through every day, that you need to monitor, but it's something that is good to have. So you can set up a dedicated email for this or not. It doesn't affect your deliverability at all. So the next step is to align your from address with your branded domain. So let's understand a few technical terms before we get to this next part. So from email address, this is basically the address that people see when you send them an email, like mark@gymshark.com. And next is your domain name. So this is basically the name of your website. Uh, if your website is gymshark.com, that is your domain name. So the next is your subdomain. This is basically a smaller part of your domain name. For example, if your domain name is gymshark.com, you could have a subdomain called send.gymshark.com,
and it's used for specific purposes like sending emails or something else. I don't know what people people use it for other than sending emails, but here's what you need to know. Your from email address should match your main domain name to look professional and to follow email rules. For example, if your sending email setup uses a subdomain, that is send.gymshark.com, your from email address should be something like hello at gymshark.com and not info at send.gymshark.com. Basically, don't use a subdomain, uh, don't use an email address that uses your subdomain. Now, don't use the subdomain like send.gymshark.com in your from address because it's not set up to get replies. Instead, use the main domain gymshark.com. Before you send emails, double check that all your from email addresses match the main domain. Now, this might sound a little complicated, but let me break this down. So basically, if you use a subdomain that is send.gymshark.com, this is just an example. You could have a subdomain with a different name and obviously your website or a different website. So if you use a subdomain, for example, send.gymshark.com to send your emails, make sure that your from address is still from your main domain. For example, mark at gymshark.com and not from your subdomain, mark at send.gymshark.com. So this is what this step basically means. So now the last two steps are not really steps, but more of best practices, which you should already be following. So the next step is to make it easy to unsubscribe. One of the new sender requirements is that every email must include a one-click unsubscribe link that looks something like this. Now, if you use Klaviyo or any other popular email sending provider, this is already taken care of. And if your email sending provider doesn't have this, what are you doing? It's time to migrate to another email sending provider. Now, the next step is to keep spam complaints low. Low spam complaints are a key way to show inbox providers that you're a legitimate sender who follows email deliverability practices. And it basically means that you're not someone who sends spam email. This setup that you did right now is basically a foundation for a strong email backend, which enables you to send bulk emails. But despite doing all of this, your emails could still land in the spam box for a variety of reasons. So the next step to fixing your deliverability is what I call the pop-up trick. Now, the pop-up trick is something that I discovered when I was working for my first ever client. So I had no email marketing experience before, and so I approached this client and I told him that I would work for him for free, and only when he started seeing some results would we talk about paying me a salary or whatever. So I set up all their flows and I noticed that they had less than 10% open rates, and this was a blunder. I just thought to myself, how can I suck so bad that I did this and I'm having less than 10% open rates, because I at least expected some decent results, right? I was confident I could get them decent results, and the open rates were less than 10% and I was really shocked. So I did everything, applied all the best practices, but nothing fixed it until one day I was on Twitter and I opted into a pop-up of someone else, and I saw that they didn't give me the discount code right away. So generally, this is what pop-ups are like. You fill up your information, you take the customer's name and email address, and then you give them a code uh, to reward them for their information. Now, this guy did something different. So instead of giving me the discount code right away, they made me open their email, and this is what the pop-up said. Please check your email for the discount code. If you don't find it, rescue it from your spam or promotions folder because we'll never spam you. Something clicked in my brain and I realized this trick was how I could get out of spam. Here's why this works, right? The customer must open their email for the discount, and this will boost your open rates. If your email was in spam for some reason, the customer would have to literally remove it from spam, and that means all your future emails to this customer would land in their inbox and not in their spam folder. And when the customer does this action of removing your email from the spam and dragging it to their inbox, this is a signal to the email platforms like Gmail, Outlook, and Yahoo that these your emails are not spam.
So after applying this trick, our open rates literally went from 7 to 8% to 60 to 70%. I guarantee this will work for you too. So this one trick will work wonders to fix your deliverability, but this trick does lead to inflated revenue attribution inside of Klaviyo, because the credit of the sale is given to your welcome email, but in reality, some of these guys would have bought even without ever seeing your welcome email if you would have just given them the discount code. So just keep that in mind. You could choose not to do this after your deliverability is fixed. But if your deliverability sucks, I 100% recommend that you do this. So the next step is to send only to the engaged segment. An engaged segment is basically people who have opened your emails before. This is what it looks like on Klaviyo. And what we want to do is create 30, 60, 90 or all time engaged segments and send only to these guys for a while. So basically, here's what 30, 60, 90 or all time engaged segments mean. So people who have opened your emails in the last 30, 60, 90 or over all time is basically your engaged segment. Now, based on your list size in each segment, that is, if you have very few people on your 30-day engaged segment, check your 60-day engaged segment. And if your list is still very small, use the 90-day engaged segment or higher days. And we want a sizable list that we can send emails to improve our deliverability and get our email metrics up, so that we signal to inbox providers like Gmail or Hotmail that our emails are not spam and people actually open our emails and engage with our emails. So what should your list size be? There's no fixed rule, but it's good to start small. For example, if you have 10,000 active profiles, you could start with 1,000 or 2,000 size list. And you can adjust this number based on your list size. So if you have 100,000 active profiles, you could start with 5,000 or 4,000. It's best to start small and observe your open rates before ramping them up. So if your open rates are above 40% with a smaller engaged segment, you can slightly increase the list size and move to 60, 90 or all-time engaged segments based on your list size. Now, as a general rule of thumb, if your emails are landing in spam or not, all your regular emails should generally only go to your engaged subscribers, because sending to your entire list only gets you bad deliverability and increases your costs. So when should you actually send to the entire list? You could say that you have 100,000 people and I'm asking you only to send to your engaged segment, which could be just 30,000 or 40,000 people. Now, the only time that we recommend sending to your entire list is during peak season or during times when the buying intent is really, really high, like Black Friday. And apart from these seasons, don't send to your entire list, because that is only going to give you deliverability issues and increase your marketing costs, because these people are not going to buy. And even if out of 100,000 of your unengaged subscribers, even if one person purchases for some reason, that is still not worth the bad deliverability and the damage that does to your domain reputation. So apart from peak seasons, don't send your entire list and just send your engaged list. Now, the next step is warming up your domain. Now, most brands that are new to email marketing end up in spam because they haven't warmed up their domain. If you have a cold domain or a brand new domain that's never sent emails, or you just moved to a different email sending provider, for example, you were on MailChimp before and now you moved to Klaviyo, you need to warm up your domains. This is what it means. Since you have a new domain, if you send, let's say, 10,000 emails out of nowhere, that seems suspicious to Gmail, Yahoo, and other sending providers, because you've never done that before and it's not something that's normal for you. So they mark you as spam. And to prevent this, instead of sending 10,000 emails on your first day, we send maybe 1,000 emails and then let's say 1,500. And then as the days go on, we slowly ramp up the volume of your emails and then eventually reach 10,000 users. This process of ramping up your emails is called warming up your domain. And this is absolutely essential so you don't land in spam. And to take it a step further, all of these contacts that we send to, come from our engaged list. Now, let's say if you're a new brand, you have no past data and you cannot build engaged lists because you've never sent emails before. So you don't have data of people who have opened your emails or clicked on your emails. So what do you do? What you do is follow this guide from Klavyio, which shows you how to warm up without past data. So what now if you have past data and you are a brand that has sent emails before and has some past data of email opens and clicks, you can follow this complete guide from Klaviyo. It gives you detailed information on how you can warm up your domain. Now, the last and final secret ingredient, our step 5, is there is no secret ingredient. All you have to do is follow step 1 to step 4 for the next 4 to 6 weeks, and you will be out of spam guaranteed unless you do something wrong. So, if you follow everything that I said in this video and follow all the steps, you will have more number of people opening your emails. Your revenue from email marketing will improve significantly, and since your deliverability issue is solved, you can now scale your email marketing channel and focus on other things like list growth or running ads to increase get more people involved in your email marketing. So in this video, I'm going to show you how we added over $340,000 to Walkie Paws, who were featured on Shark Tank, I think, in 2021 on season 12. So Walkie Paws is a dog accessories brand. They sell dog boot leggings. They're the creators of the famous dog boot leggings. So if you guys have dogs that need some protection for their legs, you can check them out. Anyways, so in this video, I'm going to show you the exact strategy we used to add over $340,084 to Walkipause using email and SMS alone. So you can see two screenshots here. This is from Klaviyo and this is from Attentive. So Walkipause used to send their emails using Klaviyo first, and then they switched to Attentive for a few reasons. So I'm going to show you. So that's why these screenshots differ. So anyways, if you so this is the revenue we made from email and SMS on Klaviyo, and then we move to Attentive. So Attentive has different, it doesn't show the total revenue from different regions in one dashboard. So you need to select your region and then they show the revenue of that specific region. So this revenue that you see, over $100,000, is from Canada, and this revenue that you see here, over $200,000, is from USA. So if you add all these figures, $200,000, $100,000 plus this $16,000, that's how you get $340,000 that we added only using email and SMS alone. Now, this revenue is email and SMS revenue alone. This is not their total revenue. As you can see here, this is the revenue driven by campaigns. This is the revenue driven by flows or journeys, which Attentive calls it. So this is email and SMS revenue alone. So anyways, all of this is way after the post Shark Tank hype. We didn't write the buzz that comes right after being on the show. This growth came well after all of that during regular months when most brands see things slow down. So like I said before, they were on Shark Tank on 2021 and we started working with them in 2024. So anyways, if you guys want some proof, more proof, you can look at this testimonial from Lisa, the founder of WalkiePause. This document will be linked in the description, so you can access this testimonial from this document as well. So anyways, here's the timeline. 2021, they were on Shark Tank. 2024, they hired us to run their email and SMS channels, and this video covers 15 months. After 15 months of working with them, that's why I'm actually making this video in July 2025. So anyways, this was their status before hiring us. They had one person managing everything. All of their marketing was managed by a single person. That was ads, email, SEO, social media strategy. Everything was done by one person. They didn't have a dedicated email marketing person, no one dedicated just looking at their email marketing setup. They did not have essential email flows. They were literally losing money because they didn't have email automations set up. They had high return rates and they had high abandoned cart rates as well. Like you guys know, 7 out of 10 carts are abandoned. So this problem was also faced by WalkiePause. And they used to usually only send sale campaigns because they just had one person managing everything. He used to run sale campaigns, which did well, to give him credit. They did really well, but they were only running sale campaigns and they didn't have a proper campaign strategy. And they rarely ran A/B tests. They just did generic A/B tests, and not ones that actually did matter. So this was their funnel before working with us. They would spend a lot of money to bring customers, to bring visitors to their website. And once their visitors would view a product, 58.6% of visitors would drop off. Now, this is a general e commerce statistic. On average, 58.6% of visitors drop off right after seeing the product. And out of those remaining few visitors, 7 out of 10 of them would drop off after abandoning their cart. And they were left with very few people who would actually end up purchasing. Now, the problem is, even though they had an amazing product, after spending a shit ton of money on ads, only a fraction of them would end up buying. They had no email systems to bring back lost traffic and recover these lost sales. And even the customers who ended up purchasing would often return their product due to sizing issues or wrong expectations. And they knew they could make significantly more revenue if they just fixed these problems. Now, here's how we fix these problems. When someone would come visit their website after seeing their ads, we would collect their emails through pop ups. The next thing that we did is set up a browse abandonment flow to recover visitors who would leave after just viewing a product. So like I said, 58.6% of visitors leave the website after just viewing the product. So we set up a browse abandonment flow to recover these visitors. Now, the next thing that we did, since 7 out of 10 people abandon their carts, we set up an abandoned cart flow to recover these lost sales. And we knew if we did this successfully, we would see a significant increase in sales. And the final thing that we did was set up a post purchase automation to reduce returns by managing customer expectations and product education. Now, let's say if someone still did not convert, the thing that's different now is that we had their email. They were now owned traffic, which we monetized. We didn't need to spend a lot of money on retargeting ads. Since we had their email now, all we had to do is put these subscribers through the welcome flow or the product, send them product education emails or send them cart recovery emails, upsells, promotions, and we nurtured them until they were ready to buy. Now, obviously, not all of them converted. That's practically impossible, but even a small percent that converted meant huge revenue. Now, let me break this funnel down individually to highlight a few things that we did differently, which worked. The first thing that we did for them is set up all of the core flows. And this is pretty much the same usual strategy that all the top brands follow. And I've covered that in multiple videos before. So I'm not going to go over each individual flow. You can watch that in this tutorial right here. But I'm going to cover something that we did differently, which was our post purchase strategy. So when someone would place an order, we would send them two emails immediately. The first email was a thank you email, and the second email was an immediate upsell plus an offer with urgency. Now, let me tell you the reason why I did this. So, statistically, when someone makes a purchase, they are more likely to make another purchase in that same window than at a later time. So, what we did is by adding a huge incentive plus urgency, we were able to successfully increase average order values because we upselled them immediately after they made a purchase. And the next email was sent a day later. And the goal of this email was to eliminate buyer's remorse and get them really, really excited about their product. And the next email that we would send is a product education email to actually show them how the product works and so we could manage their expectations. And if you have a product that's a little bit more complicated, you can also add an additional product education email. Now, let me show you the actual emails which are part of their post purchase strategy. Now, this was the first email, which was a quick thank you email, nothing too fancy there. This was the second email that I was talking about, where we gave them 20% off, but they just had 60 minutes to use the code. So, this was urgency plus a huge incentive, and we gave them just 60 minutes to claim the discount, and we showed them some other products that they could add to their order. This was the third email that we sent, And the goal of this email was to eliminate buyer's remorse and get them excited about the product. So here's what we did. We told them that they made the right choice, and we showed them why choosing Walkie Pause over their competitors was the best decision they could ever make. And we also showed them how their life was going to get easier. So this email eliminated buyer's remorse and got them excited about the product. Now, the next email was this product education email. The goal of this email was to reduce some of the returns that we were getting. Now, here's what we did. We used some copy to grab their attention. Warning, your dog will not like walkie paws. And the reason we did that is this is what the problem was. People would put these boot leggings on their dogs, but they would not give it enough time for the dog to get used to it. And they would end up returning the product thinking it didn't work or it was not a good fit for their dog. Now, here's what we did. We told them in this email that their dog will take some time to get used to the product and to actually give it time. And we also showed them a how to fit video, and we also showed them how to actually care for the product. So this was their overall post purchase strategy, which overall did really well. We were able to slightly increase average order values. We were also able to successfully reduce a few returns. Now the next part is our email campaign strategy. We would send about 12 to 15 emails per month, and this would include a maximum of two sales. Now, each sale could have multiple emails within them, like a sale announcement, a reminder, last chance email, etc. And the next kind of emails that we would send are value based emails like blogs, tips, etc. So I would usually send value based emails after sale campaigns to keep it a little lighter and to show them that we're not always selling and we actually give them some value for being on our email list. Now, the next kind of emails that you can send are product education email campaigns. That's what we did. And we would educate the customers on the product, show them different ways to use the product, different benefits of the product. Now, the most underrated tip to make more money from emails is to just send more campaigns. So, we would usually send out 3 to 4 email campaigns per week. And by doing all of this consistently, we were able to make WalkiePaws over $340,000. Here is the proof. Here are the revenue figures. And you can also go ahead and watch the testimonial from the founder, Lisa. It's right here. You can click this to go ahead and watch this testimonial. So, anyways, this is how we did it. Hey there, I'm sorry to interrupt, but if you want someone with proven experience to come and scale your brand with email and SMS marketing, just click the first link in the description and let's see how we can work together.
In this video, I'm going to show you how you can literally train ChatGPT to write emails for your brand. It will follow your brand tone and your brand guidelines, all of it. And then I'm going to show you how you can literally design these emails in Figma for free with just a few clicks. You don't need to know how to design emails. You don't need to know anything. You can just get them designed with a few clicks and you'll have beautiful looking emails in Figma. So let's get started. The first thing that you need is to scrape your website using Apify. So what Apify does, it'll literally go to your website and scrape all of it. And then we're going to feed that to ChatGPT. And then we're going to scrape your social media. You can do Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever social media platforms you use. The more data you give ChatGPT, the better. So you can scrape all of these and then we're going to feed them to ChatGPT. And then we're going to paste a few prompts and we're going to have crazy copy that will give for us that is on brand and matches your brand completely. So let's get started. The first thing is going to Apify, and you need to go to console. By the way, you'll have to create a free account on Apify, and it looks something like this. And what you need to do is go to actors and go to website content crawler. If you don't see website content crawler here, all you have to do is click on go to store, and you'll find it here, website content crawler. It's free to use. Create a free account on Apify, and then you have to paste your website URL here. For the sake of this video, I've picked Ice Beanie, which is a random e-commerce store. So just copy paste the URL here, and don't change anything else. Just hit start, and Apify will do its thing. It'll start scraping the website. It will go through all the web pages and scrape all the data we need. So this is going to take some time, and I'll be back when this is done. Before that, while this is running, we can also go ahead and scrape our socials. So the same thing, just go to Apify and go to actors, go to store, just create and just search for Instagram scraper is the first one, and just paste your Instagram link. Again, I'm going to pick Ice Beanie's Instagram. It's already pasted here because I've done this before. So just scrape Ice Beanie. I mean, scrape your brand. You don't scrape Ice Beanie. Scrape your brand, add it here, and just scrape just what you want to scrape from each post. Scrape posts, maximum results per URL 200. That's fine. Just click on start, and both of these actors are scraping your website and one your Instagram. You can also go ahead and scrape your other socials. If you just go here and, for example, if you want to scrape TikTok, you can just go in here and type TikTok and it'll scrape TikTok. You can use this for free, by the way, on the free plan, and the more data you have, the better. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to scrape Instagram and your website. That is still going to give you amazing results, and you'll be able to see that just in just a minute. So I'm going to come back when this is done scraping of the website and the Instagram. So Apify has scraped my Instagram and also the website. It took around 5 minutes for both of them to be completed. Now what we're going to do is just click on this run, and we're going to export this in JSON format. Just select JSON and click on download. And when that's done, we're gonna download our website. We're also gonna download the website content that we scraped. As you can see here, Apify went through all of the web pages of iSpinny and scraped everything, with all product details, all the copy and everything. And now we're gonna export this in JSON format as well. That's downloaded. Now the next step is to give this to ChatGPT with this prompt. So go ahead and just open ChatGPT. And now I'm gonna upload the data set, the two data sets. One is our website data set, and the other one was our Instagram data set. And I'm going to copy this prompt. This prompt is basically to create your brand guidelines and brand tone based on the website copy that we scraped and your social media. So you can, it's a really big prompt. You can read all of it if you would like, but just go ahead and copy paste it and you'll be good. So I'm going to copy paste all of this. By the way, in this prompt, I'm using the name Ice Beanie here. You need to change that. So all you have to do is just uh, Command F or Control F if you're on Windows. Click on these three dots and just find Ice Beanie and replace it with whatever your brand's name is and click on Replace All. For example, if you're Nike, just do Nike and click on Replace All. That way, after you've done that, just go ahead and copy paste this prompt and paste it along with the data set. And now let ChatGPT do its thing. Now, ChatGPT took around 2 minutes and it gave me this output where it has brand review analysis, copy style breakdown, core audience segments, primary buyer persona, a complete brand identity profile, and brand voice, copy style, cheat sheet, everything. It's given me all of this. And now what we're going to do is feed it this next prompt, which gives, we're basically telling it to act as an e-commerce email copywriter based on all of the um, based on all of the brand identity we just generated. So it will use all of that and this prompt to give you copy that is on brand for you, and just copy and paste it. Copy, and after this, just paste it here, and it is done. So now all you have to do is ask it to write an email for you. For example, if I want, uh, give me or write a welcome email for Ice Beanie. So now it will give me 5 variations of subject lines, review text, hero or headline, subheader, intro section, body section, all of it. And you can choose whichever you want. You can mix and match. And that it is, this is copy that is on brand for Ice Beanie. And you will also get copy that is on brand for you. For another example, create a benefit highlight email with testimonials. You can also use it to come up with ideas. You can ask it to give you ideas for email campaigns as well. Um, as you can see here, Look at the subject line. Life changing relief. See why thousands swear by Ice Beanie. Don't take our word for it. Here from 1,450 customers, happy customers. So this is some really good copy.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Figma for Klaviyo. I'm going to show you how you can create welcome emails, email campaigns in Figma with the click of a few buttons. You don't need to be a graphic designer to do this. You can create emails just like this with a few clicks of a button using a free plugin in Figma. And then I'm going to show you how you can take this email from Figma and import it successfully in Klaviyo and send your email campaigns. So let's get started. So first, I'm going to delete all of this. And now what you need is Figma. Just open Figma, a blank template, and go to plugins. And what I want you to look for is Emailify HTML Builder. Look up Emailify, and you're going to find this plugin called Emailify HTML Email Builder. Just click on that. And once you click on that, something like this will open up. All you have to do is give a name for your email. So I'm going to name this test email and add a new Emailify container. Now, what this plugin allows you to do is this plugin has a lot of pre-built email sections. As you can see, it has headers, pre-headers, logos, social links, all of this image, hero cards, all of these basically, it has all of these columns that you can use. And all of this will just get imported with the click of a button. So now what we're going to do is create an email structure that we like. So first I'm going to select a logo. Don't worry, all of this is customizable. I'm going to show you how to add your own brand assets here. So select the logo. Now I want a hero image. So I'm going to go to call to action, hero, and I'm going to add this one. So I've added an hero image here. And now maybe a body section with some content. So I'm going to go to content and find a section I like from there. Maybe this one. And now I want to showcase a few of my products. So I'm going to go ahead and find some products that I can display. Um, yeah, I'm going to showcase two different products and then maybe a testimonial. So go to reviews. Yeah, this one. And now what I need is a footer to end my email. So I'm going to go to footer, and from that, I'm going to choose this one. So now that you can see, we have a structure for our email. We have an hero image with a button in the center of the hero image, which is what I recommend and which has proven to show higher conversions. And then we have some body copy. We're displaying a few of our products, a testimonial to end the email strong, and a footer. Now what we're going to do is customize this email based on your brand. So all you have to do is, let's customize the logo first. Just double click on the logo and you will see this pop up in Figma. So under fill, you can select the image that you want to add. Just select the image, the logo of your brand. In this case, I'm going to be designing an email for Adidas. So I'm going to select Adidas logo. So I added their logo. By the way, you can play around with all of this. You can change the size. Uh, you can change the size of the logo, how big you want it. I'm going to select this. And then now what we want to do is customize the hero image in the back. So choose an hero image you want for your brand and go ahead and upload that. If you want, you can edit it and place it however you like. I'm going to put this down and I want to make this a little darker. So I'm just going to click on this and under fill, where it says 30%, I'm going to change that to, let's say, 40%. I'm going to change the copy. Welcome to Adidas. Welcome to Adidas. You can change this copy as well. Uh, I'm just gonna leave it as it is. If you want to change the colors, you can do that too here. Um, this is not visible, so if you want, you can increase the font size, or better, you could increase the weight of the font to, let's say, medium. You can also change the way this looks, right? So this looks much better. Now we're going to change this to shop now. Change the formatting of the button a little bit. Just click on the button and you can see you can, if you want, you can make this bigger, make it a little you can increase the height as well. You can also change the roundness of this. If you want a rectangular button, you can just click on appearance, and under this, you can just change that to 0, and you'll have a flat button. And now we're going to edit this copy. So I'm just going to say better than Nike. Change this copy if you'd like. Change the color to make it more visible and readable. Make it maybe medium, bold. Then you can add your products here. Just double click on this image, load from computer, and choose the products that you want to add. Now, if I want to edit this image to make it look better so the product is actually visible, just click on the image, double click on the image, and under fill, you can click on the image once again, and then click the drop down box and select crop, and then just move this up, and there you go. And I'm going to add the other product here too. Under fill, upload from computer. Let's add this product, crop, make sure the product actually fits. And my both of my products are added. I can change this copy too. Let's say black shoes. Change this if you'd like to shop now. Again, you can change the colors of the font of all of these texts and images that you see here. Everything is customizable, and you can customize all of this based on your brand. You can change the color of these sections. You can change the color of these buttons, of these individual sections, all of these. Make that red. I'm not designing this, guys. I'm just showing it. I'm just showing you guys that it's possible to change everything that you want. Change this to shop now too. White shoes. Also change the color of this to make it a little darker and more readable. Medium, medium. Change the color to black. And you can add a review too. By the way, you can also remove anything you want from these sections. For example, if I don't want to show 3 stars on this review, I can just delete this. If you don't want to show the customer's photo, you can delete that too. You can just add the customer's name. Maybe make this a little bigger. So you see Gilmore, make this a little bigger too, to let's say 16. Yep, you can do that too. I'm gonna make this bold because it's medium, let's say medium. And then you change the logo from your footer to, or you can entirely delete the logo if you don't want it. I'm just gonna change the logo here. Adidas. Add your company's name, add your company's address to stay in compliance with footer rules. And there you go, guys. You have an amazing email that you can use for your brand, and all of this is customizable. Now, I'm going to show you how you can take this email and put it into Klaviyo. So what you want to do is click export all these individual sections, and then we're going to arrange them in Klaviyo with the same order. So, the way you do that is, let's say I want to export this section. To make sure you've actually selected the right section, just click on this little I button right here, and if it disappears, that is the exact section you selected. So if I've selected this section, this disappears, that means I've selected this section and not this section. I'm going to export the logo section for now. Select the logo section, and this on the right hand side, scroll down and you'll find this export little button here, export button, and just click on export. And I'm going to just name this logo section, and then we're going to export the hero section. So make sure you've selected the correct section. Click on export, hero section, the body section, put the product section, product, and then the testimonial section, testimonial, and then the footer section. We're gonna actually, I'm gonna show you how we can actually recreate the footer in Klaviyo itself. because we'll have to add all these links to unsubscribe and individually add our social media links. So I'm going to show you how you can do that in Klaviyo itself. So now that we've exported all of our sections from Figma, all we have to do is open Klaviyo and add our section, recreate our sections in the same order so we can send our email campaign. So under Klaviyo, if you're creating a campaign, go to campaigns. If you're creating a flow, go to flows, campaign, create campaign, single channel email. Next. This is a dummy account, so I don't even have any data here. Add your subject lines. What do we need? Go to create. So now what we're going to do in Klaviyo is rebuild our entire email. So the first thing you need to do is select the logo. If you have anything, if you don't have anything, just add an image, and then you can add your logo from there. So select an image, upload an image. I'm going to add our logo section. So I'm going to select that. Don't compress it. So my logo is added. I'm going to delete this. Add another image. Select upload. Choose my hero section. Click on upload. Now my hero section is created as well. Add another image. Upload. Upload. Body section is created. I'm going to duplicate this a few times. Add the product section. Now, since there are two products on display here, ideally what I should have done is export these two products individually, because that way I'll be able to add individual links to the products. But since I've exported this as one image, I can choose to just crop this into one product and add the other section again. Or you could go back and export these individually. I'm just going to add another one here. Replace, upload image, product. And then I'm going to crop this to just show the bottom product and save. Now this way I can add two individual links instead of just one link for both those products, which wouldn't make sense. And now I have my hero section, the body section, the product section, and now we're going to add the testimonial section. Load image, testimonials, load. And there you go. I already have a footer section created by Klaviyo. What you can do here is, if you'd like, you can add uh, as you can see, Klaviyo has already given me a footer section. You can go ahead and customize this if you'd like, or leave it as it is. If you want to make it similar to the email, I think it was a logo, some copy, the brand name, the address, and the social media links. So um, the logo, if you want the logo, just add an image here. Select image. Before that, what I'm going to do is add another section for this so that I can customize this, all of this individually. So drag this down in this section. We want this image here in this section too. So all of this is in one section. I'm going to show you why I did that in just a second. Add my Adidas logo. It looks way too big, so I'm going to customize that to, let's say, 220. No, too big. 50. Yeah, maybe. So there you go, guys. We've recreated the entire email in Klaviyo. This is how it looks on your desktop, and this is how it looks on your mobile phone. You can go ahead and add links to these individual elements. Make sure to add your alt text. Alt text can be basically anything, just but make sure you add it because that helps with deliverability. Add your website link here. Just copy and paste your website link. Add the alt text for the hero image and basically all the images that you use. Now there are two ways to actually import campaigns into Klaviyo. You can add them as images if your deliverability is like really good, or you can recreate individual sections and actually use text sections. So instead of using this as an image, another alternative is to just add it as text. So I can just edit this, say better than my key, change to align it to center. Let's say 30, change the size to 30, make it bold. You see there too, I can recreate the entire thing as it is or just add them as images, which is convenient, but make sure your deliverability is like really good if you choose to do this method. But with all the brands that we usually work for, this works because we always maintain perfect deliverability. So that's it, guys. That's how you create an email campaign. All you have to do now is you can send yourself a few test emails. Make sure you add the links again. Add your links, send yourself a few test emails, send your team members a few test emails. And once you're good, all you have to do is click on next, add your subject line, then add your preview text, and just click schedule the campaign and just click on send. That's all you have to do, guys. That's how you import campaigns from Klaviyo to Figma. Now, with this, we are at the end of our Shopify email marketing course. I hope you found this valuable. Please let me know if you did. If you need more help and if you want someone who's an expert to just come and handle your Shopify email and SMS marketing while you just enjoy the results and just approve emails every now and then, please book a free call. The link is in the description. It's the first link in the description. You can work directly with me. If you have any other questions, you can reach out to me on my social medias or by email. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.